Why is this mommy combat and stuff like that? Like, she sounds...
I never heard mommy combat.
Mommy combat? it's everywhere. Even for Nitara. Nitara and Melina are gonna have a mother off. It's like, what the It's Baldur's Gate. I have been playing that game recently, so I can kind of explain that aspect about the game. You are very free with how much you want to like dress up your characters, but not only that, you are very free with how much you want to undress your characters. You can play the game with your whole entire party in underwears.
Yeah.
You can even switch their underwears, and you can even just literally play the entire game like naked with all your party members if you wanted to.
That makes sense because isn't it based around like D&D? So they want you to have like whatever customization like possible.
That seems like it'd be a really, really fun game to stream. Like, because you can play co-op, can't you?
You can play co-op. You can play with like 4 people. Here's just a little clip of like just me randomly chatting to my party member and stuff like that.
I wasn't expecting it.
I don't even think that's her underwear.
I feel like if it was the 3 of us, it'd be like a scaly and like 2 buff ladies just going around.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You literally can't.
You degenerate, Sonic. I saw the BDSM gear that your lizard boy is in.
Yes!
At first, it just seemed like he's wearing like regular gear, but then it zooms out and he's just wearing straps on everything with the little cowboy hat. And he has the boots too. Like that's just pure sexual energy.
And the best part is like it will actually switch to like underwear or like, you know, bikini depending on like the gender. So it's like that was a woman's like costume, but on the male it will look different like that. And there's a lot of thought put into underwear in this game and stuff like that.
There's one update coming to the game, or needs to come, because it's a glitch in the game or an oversight that people have noticed. If you make your character really, really short, there's some kissing animations in the game where the character can't reach you. They just kind of lean forward and kiss the air. And it's like, uh-oh, gotta update that.
I wondered about that because I was thinking like you can play as gnomes and very short characters. I'm like, so how would the sex scenes work with that? Because you could basically have sex with every party member on your team.
That's what.
So I'm thinking like, how would the gnomes do that?
That's why Mortal Kombat has so few body types, and why the women are almost exclusively in high heels. So everyone's heads come to about the same point.
Yeah.
And so the animations don't have to have tweaking done to fit certain characters.
When you think about it, NetherRealm is like Hanna-Barbera in that way. They're finding all these shortcuts to like make the game easier and more streamlined.
Except with Hanna-Barbera, it felt clever and creative. Like, oh, let's have a collar on the animal character so that even though they're not wearing clothes, we can hide the seams from where the head moves. Yeah. While the body just is static, so we can save time on the animation. Very clever. NetherRealm's like, give the women high heels so they're the same height as the men, so then we don't have to do any extra work. Like,
you could have at least give one of them like go-go boots, you know? Give one of them like big goth-like boots or something. They're all just like heels.
Like Nitara had something like that for her alternate in MK.
You're
Deadly
right,
Alliance.
she did.
So if she had something like that, that'd be cool for her, and like 1 or 2 other characters, and the others should be distinct. But no, because
I forgot, but I think so. Yeah, but like Baldur's Gate actually puts a lot of effort into that. It's like I was thinking like, okay, when a sex scene happens, when 2 characters kiss, they just kiss. But I'm thinking like, well, when the Dragonborn kisses a character, wouldn't that like no clip? But they specifically actually fixed that. So I'm like, wow, you put so much effort into kissing Scalies. I'm very
the no lip.
I'm very honored to see something like that. Although I don't know how the gnomes would work. I don't know how like the dwarves would work for kissing in that aspect.
Damn, they should have made it more kinky, where either he just sticks only his tongue out and just only exclusively French kisses the humans, or go full vor and he just like unhinges his jaw and puts their entire head in his mouth and just starts like sucking their entire head.
Anyway, welcome to the Combat Kings podcast.
Welcome to the Combat Kings podcast. This is how we start, baby. Nice fan art of Nitara, by the way.
Thank you. I tried to like combine her geisha alternate from Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance and also make her look like she'd fit in MK11, because the person who asked me to draw this, it was at the start of MK11, so I did like an MK11-esque design. I kept her spiky bra, because to me that's very iconic.
Yeah, you were right, dog. Like you were very right about that they were not gonna keep that part.
She's still sexy though. We can't even complain because she's still sexy.
Okay. So in today's episode, we are gonna talk about this is gonna be the Megan Fox episode. We're gonna be exclusively simping for her today. It's gonna be very fun.
It's worth keeping in mind, this will be the last episode before the game comes out for the people who get the premium edition.
Maybe,
So,
but we'll see.
I mean, it's doubtful we'll be recording another one before then, and the release window of it and such.
Yeah, for sure. When the game is out, we're all probably just gonna play it for like 3 days nonstop, getting footage and stuff like that. But if a couple of days before that, if I have a little bit of time, we could do a final episode. I don't know, just saying maybe, but this probably will be the last episode before the game comes out. And also, happy 1 year anniversary to Combat Kings, boys. This is basically the 1 year anniversary now. The 1 year anniversary is September 5th.
We're a bit late then, but it's okay. We're the thought that counts, you know. It's the spirit of the anniversary.
Yeah, as much as we want to celebrate the anniversry, Megan Fox is a bit more superior, sadly. But
I'm kind of.
Is she though? I'm pretty sure the Combat Kings have done more for the MK fandom than Megan Fox has.
This is true. Why am I not Megan Fox? Why is Sonic not Nitara?
I'm not even too sure where this is going.
You know what's funny, guys? I'm so lucky too. Little minor segue, but it's still based on the trailer. So
yeah.
I'm so lucky that my laziness actually saved me, because sometimes I make videos early
yes!
because I feel like I want to do a video early and get it out of the way and have time to work on it, you know, not rush it. But yesterday I was feeling so lethargic. I didn't even start work until like 4 p.m. and then boop, phone goes off and I'm like, what? Is this a Photoshop? Is this real? Because you see like the thumbnail and I'm like, is this actually like real? I just made fun of this in yesterday's video, like how it could never happen. And then like it totally happened.
For context, this guy made a video, and in the video he was like, there's a rumor going around that like people want Megan Fox to be Nitara. Like, okay, like there was some connections of Megan Fox being in the new game because she posted it on Instagram and stuff like that. So people are like, okay, she might have a cameo or some voice or something like that, and something like that.
So
So
hard
people
to
kind of
research
knew
because
she
there's
was
so
going to
many
be in the
things on
game.
social media. There's so many different platforms. So like researching what's true and what's just a
That's
rumor
true.
is really difficult. I didn't think to even look on Instagram, and Instagram's annoying because it's one of those apps that like wants you to use your phone. So like on my computer, I have a hard time like looking through Instagram. But
yeah.
But yeah.
And yeah, like literally when you posted that video, 4 hours later the Nitara trailer drops.
Yeah.
So like for once the Prophet True Underdog actually legit was on point there. Like today, sometimes you're a bit of a scammer, but today you are the saint. You are a prophet.
Oh, I thought you were going to say sometimes I'm just late. That time I was on time. And in the video, people were trying to act like I just said it was not going to happen. But at several parts of the video, I do have a devil's advocate where I go, well, if it is, then that would make sense why they've saved it for so long. Because otherwise, Nitara's not like a huge reveal. Like, she's kind of cool, but as far as fame goes, she's not the big character. So why save her until the end?
Okay.
But then I was like, well, if Megan Fox is playing her, then it would make sense to save her because she's like a big reveal before the game comes out. Also, though,
which is funny because for MK11 they did the exact opposite. Ronda Rousey was revealed to Sonya right out of the gate.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of mention that. I feel like they kind of did Megan Fox a bit dirty because like all the trailers that have been leading up to this, they have been like, there was a bit of an announcement for it. It's like, oh, the Lin Kuei trailer will be in the new Combat Cast like episode. Oh, San Diego Comic-Con, we're gonna have a trailer. Oh, EVO, we're gonna have a trailer. Oh, Gamescom, we're gonna have a trailer. Nitara trailer. No preparation, just poop out there. It's just like, oh, nothing at all. They dedicated, like, I think they treated Ronda Rousey a lot better. They dedicated like a whole section for her in like the reveal event for Mortal Kombat 11. It's just like a trailer for her, and she comes out and talks with like on the stage and stuff like that. And Megan Fox just gets like a 2-minute trailer and just go, okay, like that. I do feel like they did a lot more respect for Ronda in that case.
MK11 in general was more grandiose of a reveal because they had a whole party and everything. Whereas for MK11, they just like called us in and were like, okay, play the game for a bit. Okay, get out. There wasn't like a whole party or anything. Yeah, what'd I say? What did I say?
You said MK11.
Oh, yeah.
You said MK11 did this party, but then MK11 just wanted us to play.
Oh my god, yeah.
So you said MK11 twice.
Go ahead and just do a robot voice over me to cut myself off. Well, during MK1, because they had a whole party and everything. Whereas for MK1, just like called us in and just like cut me off completely. I had a whole skit planned, was the funny part. Like I had a whole skit ready for how Nitara was very likely to get revealed, because Ed Boon even teased on Twitter, like he had that random gif of like that person driving Nitara.
The car.
Which I don't,
Yeah.
I'm such a boomer, even I didn't get that gif. I didn't even know that one. Must be an old one or a brand new gif. I didn't know that one, but.
I think it's just the driving video.
Okay. But I had a whole skit plan where I was going to be like, okay guys, the creator like may have confirmed the character, but we can't know for sure unless, wait, I'm getting a phone call. Smoke, it's Smoke's calling us, guys. It's Smoke. Hey Smoke, what's going on? She's chasing me. Fangs, wings. That was my plan. That way I wouldn't be revealing.
And they actually
but
showed
I'd
that in
be
the very
teasing it.
beginning of the trailer too.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So they confirmed like that was Nitara was gonna like ambush Smoke.
It feels like it's one of those with like, yeah, you guys figured it out pretty quick, because everyone figured it out. Honestly, the thing is, the only reason people figured that out was because Nitara screams in the 2021 movie. That's never been a thing that's been associated with her until that
True.
film gave her no dialogue.
Yeah.
So now that's like that's
Her
become a
thing.
thing associated with Nitara, and it fucking sucks. Like,
Oh,
you
really?
look at the trailer.
I meant like, because she screams a lot more in her gameplay.
She
and stuff
screams
like
in Deadly
that,
Alliance
but-
in her victory pose,
Yeah, but-
and that's pretty much it. Like after her fatality, she goes.
I mean, that's more of like a. I feel like that was more of a shout.
Well,
but-
it's like a demonic
Yeah,
shout,
it
though. It's not
has
a
kind of
human just going like it's not a girl screaming. It's clearly like some weird vampire creature going. You know what I mean? But like, I get what you mean. She doesn't like scream it when she attacks during gameplay. It's only her victory scream.
Yeah, it's like her
Do you-
thing basically.
It's her Godzilla roar after she wins.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think that, like in the movie, she's going to immediately every time give away the element of surprise and by screaming?
At least she's fast, because her flying in this game is like her grab is just like just like super fast and stuff like that. In the movie, she's like, it takes her 3 seconds to fly all the way to Kung Lao and stuff. By the way, before we continue our discussion about this, we have a very important thing that Snake needs to say. Say the line, Snake. Come
I
on.
genuinely got no idea what the fuck
I
you're
think I know
talking
it.
about.
It's something that all female characters in Mortal Kombat have.
Oh, I didn't think to look for it.
Oh,
Well, she hasn't.
yeah.
Oh, this shit.
Yep. The trend
That's why I
continues.
thought you were gonna say it. So.
No, I genuinely did not think to look for it. I wasn't paying attention to that at all.
I feel like that's like the thing that you would always say, unless the last character is Chronica or another female character. This is gonna be the last time we get to have this segment on the podcast.
Is it though? Because remember, because Chronica had sandals last time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it could, like if Chronica is the last character, she could have open toe. Yeah, that's what I mean. But yeah, I guess sort of give some opinions about like Nitara. Well, first off,
First, like, I'd like to post right now. I'd like to show the audience what the character looks like right now on the screen, and
Okay.
I want you to use because you know exactly what this is. I want you to use that exact screenshot that every single one, every person reacting to the to this Nitara stuff uses the same shot in the thumbnails. Every single one. Be original, motherfuckers. Stop
It's the same with Tanya too. When everyone talks about like, oh, she's ugly, it will be that one side shot of her every single time too. It's like, it's okay, we get it. But could you change? You don't need to keep using the same picture, you know.
My personal opinion is that like Nitara's face looks so good and so distinct that it kind of makes the other characters look generic, because I can actually tell that it's Megan Fox.
I'm okay. I'm gonna say something here, but I'm gonna like I'm gonna have to phrase this correctly. So what I was gonna say is like they finally added like a into the game,
waifu.
but I'm cutting that part out.
We finally have a waifu.
What I am gonna say is they actually added a character whose outfit has more sex appeal in the game, because like I remember a couple episodes ago I was like, every character in this game, at least their base costume, they're wearing long pants. There is not a single character who's wearing something that isn't long pants. And finally, we've gotten a character who's not wearing long pants.
See, okay, here's the thing. Something that needs to be understood, because we might get into this later about the kind of comments we've been getting recently, is the sex appeal isn't like, it's not a Kuma bit. It's not just, oh, we need sex appeal in the series or something. It's tradition with MK. It's as ingrained in the series DNA as the blood and gore is, right? So it's weird to take a stance on that and not the objectively more abhorrent thing of the violence, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like the South Park movie, you know, when they're saying horrific, deplorable violence is okay as long as people don't say any naughty words. Just swap out naughty words with sex appeal. It's so ridiculous.
The thing is, I don't think people object to sex appeal. I think people just don't like incels. Like, I think that's the kind of thing that I've noticed around when people, like, talk about it. They don't like coomers who say things like that. But even then, they do still like sex appeal for, like, female character designs. It still looks good, and people will still like it from what I've seen. And also, fun fact, though, I do think our audiences don't mind that. I don't think we get a lot of that part of the issue.
Another reason why this stuff should at least be considered. Not necessarily that it shouldn't be the default. Like, you know, MK9 Sonya was ridiculous. Everyone could agree on that.
Yeah.
Even if that's something you're into, it's like it's a bit ridiculous for that character. But when you look at the costumes we've got in this game, they're all pretty samey for the women. The men have this issue too, like, but sometimes intentionally, like with Lin Kuei. But for the women especially, they're very samey, and not many of them have much in the way of personality. Like Tanya, her outfit has personality, right? It has a certain vibe. It's like the African style. It has
They're
some
also, it's a
personality
uniform
to
too, because their whole entire guards are wearing that too.
But then you look at the other female characters, like, what does Sindel's outfit tell us about her? The one that's just derived from MK11 Katana, pretty much. Then you look at Nitara, and she's coming out here showing off a lot of skin, and it's not just like more pants. Yeah, she's got the open-toed shoes, and which all the women have basically, but she gets to have an outfit that is distinct from everyone else. And because she's a vampire, and the traditional associations with sexuality and dominance and such, it very much fits for a character like that. And so, if she just came out and just dressed in like a full bodysuit, like a lot that like they seem to be gearing towards with the other women, it would be terrible.
2021 Nitara.
I'm kind of surprised that's her default costume too, because you can have like a sexual alternate. That's the real issue people have too. I understand esports, and I understand like some countries don't allow certain revealing outfits. So if your bottom line is the issue, that's fine, but there should still be an alternate. The only time I take issue with the sexy outfits debate is when people act like that's the line. They're like, why do you always want like revealing outfits? And it's like, why are you so freaked out by that, but you're okay with Katana being torn limb from limb? Like, in your brain, is it actually worse for Katana to dress like a regular Texan during the summer that shows more skin than any of the like women in Mortal Kombat, you know? Like, it's just kind of silly, but we're in that clown world now where it's like it's kind of backwards in that regard. But yeah, Snake's totally on point though. Snake's totally like killing it.
Yeah,
So
that's a great like angle to look at this.
I'm not entirely fond of the outfit itself personally, but I like that it has personality compared to so many other outfits. It stands out.
Exactly.
I feel like even if you took away her wings, she would have a much more unique silhouette than most of the other women.
Yeah,
and it's kind of a shame that's the Nitara who has that, but. And not someone like, you know, Katana, maybe she could stand out a bit more, but...
I think Katana is a bit better because she does still have regal design. She does have, like, a princess design, at least, but it is a bit random. That's like, what I take a bit of issue with.
But what's really funny is that this outfit, especially because you look at her, and she's got the red hair now, and I look at that, with this style of outfit, I'm like... If this had been she looks like Scarlet now more than Nitara. She doesn't have the eye patch, she doesn't have the black hair. She looks more like Scarlet. And if you put Scarlet in this exact outfit in the last game, I think it would have been a banger. I think people would have been really on board with it. It's kind of weird.
They definitely did fuse the two characters because she even has a self-harm element, which is weird. That's a brand new thing that Nitara did not used to do.
Do you mean the part where she scratches her boobs?
Well, she rips her own chest open. Yeah, she's like cuts her own chest open and like makes a weapon out of it. Like she has.
And then has blood here.
I would not be shocked actually if in this new era she is Scarlet. I would not be shocked if they pull that where she actually is her. It would be weird, but they could definitely try pulling that because she fights with blood and stuff. And she has the red hair. Like she's never had red hair, not even for alternates. So it's like an out of nowhere like change. So.
There is already a degree of character fusion, as we've seen with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, where like they've amalgamated Kwai Lang and Scorpion into one character. And even one of the references here, where some people might not realize, might be wondering, what the fuck is Kung Lao on about? Jen? Who's Jen? What was he talking about? See, this is a double reference because because of the actress who was in Jennifer's Body. Well, I think she played like a vampire or something. At least
a succubus.
So that's part of the reason why she's been cast. I think it's just a massive in joke for some reason.
I'll tell you why she got cast in just a bit.
Oh, cool.
And the other part of it is why Kung Lao. Why is because in Conquest, the TV show starring the great Kung Lao, in the first episode he had a girlfriend whose name was Jen. It was like it wasn't Jennifer. It was like Genevieve or something.
Genevieve
but she was in the first episode. Yeah, and she got killed in the first episode. But yeah, her name was Jen, and so they're referencing that, and so they are amalgamating elements of the great Kung Lao into Kung Lao. Maybe it's just for as a reference, and
I
like
think it's
we
just
could
an
pull
intro,
this
though.
in. But then again, considering how Great Kung Lao in the last game looked just like Kung Lao and had the same voice actor, there is an element of amalgamating the character. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just said, in this timeline, Scarlet just is Nitara or has been combined into her. Because it is a weird thing, because a lot of the stuff like with Scarlet with the self-harm stuff, she's made of blood.
Yeah.
She transforms into
And
blood. It
MK9,
makes sense. Yeah. And then and then this game comes along with Nitara, who's just a vampire. Giving her blood magic stuff makes sense. I would rather they make it a bit more distinct from Scarlet, but fine. But the idea of her doing this is a very I'm made of blood type thing to do. It's very odd for Nitara. I hope they're not going to move away from the actual vampire
powers,
stuff.
right? In the old games.
Yeah, but she didn't transform into blood. She couldn't because
she's not that much blood though in this game, right? Have we seen her like teleport around like bloody? And all that
but I'm just joking.
I mean, the fact that she cuts herself open.
Just a theory.
The fact she cuts herself open like that as like a normal thing, and she'll obviously recover from that. She's not going to go die. It's going to be a thing she'll recover from.
Maybe they'll just.
That's not really.
Yeah, I'm thinking
much of a common thing in this series.
You know what I think they're going to do actually, Snake?
See, more of a Scarlet thing.
You had me thinking of Kotal Khan because he keeps cutting his hand up in MKX. I wonder if they're just going to say that because she's a vampire. I wonder if they're going to make her the blood god worshiper now, because every game seems to have a blood god worshiper. So I wonder if she's going to be.
Wasn't that like a thing that they mentioned in the comics, like that she taught Scarlet or something? I'm not too sure about this. Didn't she mention in the comics about that?
No. In the comics, Scarlet wanted to learn blood magic from Havoc, which is what caused a huge continuity issue in 11, where she already learned it by then from Shao Kahn. Which made no sense, but yeah.
Well, then that's like the retcon, like different version of Scarlet, basically.
Because the comic makes it a bigger deal out of blood magic. It's this huge thing.
Yeah.
And it's like basically like a forbidden art, and so for Kotal it's like a last resort, which you never guess from the game, where he just uses it normally. I think he has a variation based around it.
Where he cuts his chest open,
so it's the forbidden art, and that's why Scarlet's turning to Havoc to teach her, because he knows this stuff for whatever reason. But now blood magic means nothing, and now it seems like it perhaps means even less in this timeline.
We do see Scarlet. We'll talk about
definitely.
gameplay later, because I know you guys usually save the gameplay section for me to just gush at all the stuff that I saw. But I saw a lot of really cool stuff.
I'll add a
with
little bit
Nitara.
too.
And Snake actually predicted one of the things, which is interesting. He predicted one of the things that Nitara can do. I wanted to make one joke though, because when Snake was talking, this is what Snake would say, but I'm gonna steal it from him. So
okay.
NetherRealm, you have somebody on the staff who's such a fan that they remembered Jen from the Conquest TV show, but you can't remember who killed Gerard in your own timeline.
That is something I would say. Although I would pronounce Jared correctly.
Did I say Gerard?
I'm just saying.
I thought it was Gerard.
Yeah.
He said Gerard, yeah.
But it was Gerard, like a
Jared.
big O, like Gerard. I always do that.
No,
I killed Jared for you.
It's never been pronounced that way. I don't know where you picked this up,
It's not
dog.
ED, it's OD.
You must be very certain.
It's not Jared, it's Gerard. I thought. But
Is it not Zetarian?
I don't mean to call you out like this, dog. but
everyone does.
someone
Apparently I
has to.
say it wrong. I say catch up wrong too. I say a lot of words wrong apparently. So
That's fine. That's like barely noticeable. Catch up. Who cares?
I could have sworn,
that was
but I take
okay,
a
in my
beef because I
opinion.
know one of you made fun of me for saying Jared before, like it was ED.
Well, he just did. Snake just did.
And I say Gerard,
No,
and I'm being made
no.
fun of for saying Gerard. So which one do you want me to say, Gerard or Jared? Because I've been called out
Oh, really?
for both.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember making fun of you for that. I mean, why would I make fun of you for the thing that's correct? I mean, I don't really care how you say it. I just wanted to bring it up because it was a good opportunity to dunk on you.
Yeah, it's
and
fair.
that was it.
Go ahead and Photoshop that meme of Venom dunking on Spider-Man, but Photoshop my face onto Spider-Man, and Snake can be Venom dunking on me. Because I love that image.
Okay.
No,
It's a pretty epic image. Yeah, it goes hard.
The best. It was this thing because I watched it yesterday and I lost it when I saw it. It's a bit from a Russian Badger video, where it's George from Halo Reach dunking on Master Chief, and then once he's done it, he just throws the ball at Chief's face, and it hits him so hard it bounces back, smashes into the wall, and gets embedded in the wall after whacking Chief in the face. I just lost it for like a minute. It was so funny.
Oh, that sounds like that one. There's this guy who does these really well done animations. They're still goofy looking, but you can tell the animator knows what he's doing. He makes these Halo, but it's lore accurate videos. And there's a running joke where it ends with Master Chief kicking that one dude in the balls, the guy from Halo 5, who I won't even name because he's so unimportant. Locke might be his name. There's that new guy in Halo 5 who's hunting Master Chief. Anyway, one of the lore accurate videos has like Master Chief kick his door in, and Locke is so scared that he throws his table at Chief, and Chief does the most elegant like angel flip over the desk, and then just kicks Locke in his nuts so hard that he goes through the ceiling.
Lore accurate.
Well, because in the books, like Master Chief is unstoppable. He's kind of like he's almost like a really cool version of a Gary Stu in the books. Like, he's just unstoppable. He can run at like 50 miles an hour and shit like that. Whereas in the games, that's hilarious because you couldn't even sprint until Halo Reach. So the idea that Chief can run at like 50 miles per hour is hilarious. But, yeah.
These animations are insane, actually, this channel. It's Halo Follower, right?
Maybe. He has one with Guilty Sparks where he plays basketball with Guilty Sparks at the end, which is funny too. But yeah, so that's a dumb segue.
So,
Let's get back to Nitara.
Yeah, Nitara! We're kind of just talking about her design right now, though. I think the best, like, in my opinion, like the big compliment I would give for Nitara is, like, she does, like, stand out for, like, her outfit in that way. And I personally am happy that we do have a more sex appeal outfit for, like, a character in this game. She kind of encompasses the Sindel from Mortal Kombat 11 in a sort of way. Like, okay, so here we have like the sexy outfit character in a sort of way, but I do have some nitpicks, like what you guys said. Red hair, like I wish it could be just turned in black. I didn't really have an issue at first, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the wing colors. Like, you could, I kind of wish it was like have some like black outlines, maybe even reference the old one where it has like Chinese characters on it.
That was
and
cool.
stuff like
the
that.
kanji, yeah, they'd be cool to bring back.
Yeah, it's like, I wonder what.
I'm sure her wings will be part of the customization stuff.
I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I mean, something someone pointed out. Something someone pointed out to me was the fact that a lot of the women in this game have weird headgear pieces.
She does have a
like,
skull
you see
cap.
Sindel,
Yeah.
Currently,
Sindel has that weird one that she has in gameplay, but not in the story cutscenes. So it's likely that that's going to be a thing for most of the women. Hopefully, that'll
you can
mean
change
more
the headgear.
Hopefully, it means more hair options for the women. So hopefully Nitara will have something more classic with the eye patch, as opposed to just
that was the other thing I want to mention
headgear.
too, like the eye patch, because that's also a thing that she's very well known for. Although I did think of something. What if she loses the eye in the story mode?
Well, I never thought she
that's
had
why
an
she
eye
gets the
patch.
eye
I'm pretty sure her
patch.
headband just hangs over her eye a little bit. I don't think it's actually an eye patch.
Yeah, but it has the vibe of an eye patch. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people view her as like a pirate almost, because of the eye patch.
Yes.
Well, maybe I'm just different. Then I always thought the whole point of that wasn't to imply that she lost an eye, but it was just to give that kind of. It's similar to that look that women have when they purposely have their hair covering one of their eyes to look kind of mysterious and sexy. I thought it was just that. It's like a mystery thing, like an allure.
Could be.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised.
I did notice, like,
where's the chopsticks
around her
though?
on the metal.
She's missing the chopsticks in her bun.
Yeah, I do like that classic hairstyle. But what I did notice was like the around the metal part of her head, like around here, you kind of see a bandana.
She has a skull cap.
Like the eye patch that she had. Yeah, you kind of see it like around here. It's like, oh, maybe that's the eye patch like implication of that.
What's weird too is
she's got to have
the same color as her hair.
She's got to have it like an alt.
So I had to watch it twice to even see that.
Very similar.
Sorry to keep interrupting you.
Yeah.
That's another reason why the hair should be black. But I'm surprised I didn't play up the whole pirates look, considering the fact that the last game just introduced an ocean of blood
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't say Nitara is a pirate on the Sea of Blood.
Yeah, that would have been so cool. Snake is so full of good ideas.
That would.
And then Megan Fox comes in going, "Yar, me hearties."
That'd be awesome. At least her lore does seem accurate to how she was in the old games. Like, she's literally like Ashura in the aspect where it's like, we're just taking her old lore and bringing it back, because nobody remembers it, so it still counts as new in this new timeline.
Because it's not been rehashed yet in the NetherRealm timeline.
Yeah, so you could say that story. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure in a couple of hours her bio will be out, but we haven't seen it yet, so probably there'll be some... Maybe they'll go very crazy like they did with Havoc. You could not tell, Natara's realm is Chaos Realm now, or something like that. Who knows? Like, we haven't seen her bio yet. Anything else you guys want to say about her design?
Yes.
I'm pretty much done with the design aspect.
I want to mention one funny experience that I had. So I gave in and looked at, because despite its coming out on September 8th, if you like go to some stores that like don't know the release date, you could walk in and get it. We were getting leaks on September like 6th, like 2 days early. I'm like, how do people already have the game? And I gave in and looked at it because I thought it would reveal the mystery character, which it seemingly doesn't. There's still a blank slot, which is funny.
Doesn't.
But also, here's the funny part of the story. I didn't even notice Nitara until someone in the comments mentioned that she's on the roster. I was like, oh yeah, where was she? And I had to look really hard. And the only reason I could tell it was Nitara is she's the only face I hadn't seen before. Because she had the red hair and the purple torso. I'm like, never has Nitara worn purple, and never has she had red hair. So both those things, I just looked right past her and I had to relook at it. I'm like, oh, I kind of see it because she has like the wings. But that's the only reason I could tell it was her. But then during gameplay, I was very satisfied with how she looked. Just because, like Snake said, very distinct, very different look. And I'm a huge sucker for redheads, so I'll take it. And it goes with the vampire theme, or they could be doing the whole blood god thing. Like, maybe she was baptized in blood and it makes her hair red. I don't care what crazy origin they do, but I like her look.
Yeah, like when that leak happened, I was like, son of a... I made like a post telling everyone, STFU, do not post leaks, do not DM me, these sort of things, please. I know this game is out for some people very early on. I did also cave in, and yeah, literally, it's that last character slot. We still don't know who it is. And, oh my gosh, Reiko's on the roster? What? Oh my gosh. So there's also that on there. But yeah, like, this, just looking at this, it doesn't do justice for Nitara. You can't even tell that's Megan Fox, honestly. But yeah, so I didn't see that until the trailer came out. So at least I wasn't spoiled about that aspect about it.
And with regards to her looks, you know what's also interesting is that it looks nothing like the leaked image that came out like a month before. There was actually a leaked image of Nitara.
That was so fake.
You think so?
I know that. That is so fake.
I think so too.
It looks so fake. There was no way that was real.
It probably is fake, but I'm gonna post it, and I want y'all to look at it. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Post it.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
It looked so fake to me, in my opinion.
Look at the face,
like,
though.
No way.
That still looks like the face. That's how she looks in the game. That's Megan Fox.
So it could be
you think
that's her face?
Oh, do you think they photoshopped like a little bit of Megan Fox?
It could 100% be Photoshop, but here's my devil's advocate. I'm going to be well, actually, guys, this could be real. So she still has red hair. How would they have guessed that correctly?
A little bit, yeah. Well, it's very red hair, at least.
Imagine if they had shown this instead. If this is an actual outfit in the game, imagine if they showed this for the trailer and how much different the reaction would have been. If they showed
the thing is, you can't even really see the costume. I don't even know what I'm looking at. It looks like a flashbang. Unless if she actually is wearing white.
I like this because it's got like... It could just be because the flashbang element, like, it just looks very pale, but she does look like she has like the geisha makeup on.
Yeah, it does look like geisha.
So it's like maintaining some... Because one of the issues with the new design is that it's gone very European. European fantasy in its style. Whereas originally she had a lot of Asian in her style with the hairstyle and the chopsticks and whatnot. Yep. She was basically like an Asian woman as a Western vampire, which I'd love to see like a Chinese vampire in one of these games. But this is kind of harkening back to the older stuff, and I think the red hair works a lot better on here because it's not just because the default outfit has a lot of red as well, and so it's just red on top of red with purple. I feel like if that outfit was in black instead of purple, it would look better. This one, because it's all white and red, white and black rather, if the hair was black, it would be very monochrome. It wouldn't work as well. But the red really pops on this outfit. So I think this is the red hair looks really good here. I think it's arguably better design than what she actually has by default, because she doesn't.
It's hard to say because like we have no idea what the heck she's wearing. Honestly, it really is just like you can see the hair contrast, but maybe like the final product, she's not gonna look that like white, still super bright in that aspect. Yeah, who knows? But what's up, dog?
Oh, I was gonna wait for you to finish. That's gonna be my new thing. I'm gonna put my finger up, so like I'll let y'all finish before I say anything. But I was gonna say, since we're still talking about appearances, there is one nitpick that I have. It's not that big of a deal, but I want to know what the NetherRealm team's reaction was when Megan Fox came in to do like the commercial or like record for the trailer, and she showed up in an all pink outfit that clashes so heavily with how she looks with her character. It's like, come on, you could have at least dressed up like a gothic girl with like, you know, a black dress or like a black shirt or something.
Are they really gonna tell Megan Fox to wear something like that? Megan Fox, can you wear? I'm sorry, what's that? How much money do you want to spend for that? Wear whatever you want. Wear whatever you want, honey.
I get it, but it's like it kind of bothers me because it ruins the tone a little bit. Of like, you cut to like Ashura. I mean, sorry, you cut to Nitara, and then it cuts back to like pink bubblegum girl, and I'm like, the tone is everywhere in this trailer.
Now, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me because of where I come from. This is what I see.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, the queen!
Snake!
The queen! And before I even clicked on this page, I knew what Snake was gonna post. The queen! Yeah.
There's one thing that I will say about, and this is just my opinion about Megan Fox. I feel like her as a person, she definitely wears a lot of makeup all the time, and maybe that's why you thought the fake leak probably looked like her a lot more. Whereas like her Nitara design, it doesn't look like she has a lot of makeup on like at all.
Yeah.
Like you can like side by side comparison right there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why you thought it was also more of her in that leak
Insert
image.
modern gaming meme here, where a lot of the women in gaming aren't wearing makeup now. That's like a new trend for some reason. A lot of them are like going for the minimal look.
The pure look. We call that like sume or something in Chinese, where it's like,
as a man,
you know, natural beauty.
As a man who grew up with like only women in my family, I can tell you right now, very rare do women ever go outside without any makeup. But they do the basic look, where they do just minimal amounts of makeup, and they lie to you and pretend that it's their natural look. But it's not. They're still wearing a little bit of eyeliner, still wearing a little bit of blush, you know, a little bit of foundation. But yeah, that's what Nitara looks like.
Before we go heavy onto what do you call it? Well, she's gonna be too busy with a bunch of blood makeup on her, anyways, in the game, because she keeps coming over with that. Before we get into like Megan Fox, I did want to mention some interesting things that you can see in the trailer. It's
sorry, I just had this realization because Dog was talking about how he put his hand up. I was doing that, and then I remembered, oh yeah, you can't see me.
We can't see
I'm having to record on my phone. Oh no,
we can't see it. Sorry, Snake. Sorry,
because my webcam keeps crashing Discord, so I have to use my phone so they can't see me. Oh god.
Right now, whatever Snake is doing right now, we have no idea. He could be doing like funny guy, or it's like haha stuff. We have no idea. I will know when the recording is out, so it'll be a fun surprise. Let me just mention this one thing before I get to what you're about to say.
If I talk over those two a bit more in this episode, I apologize. It's the only way I can let them know that I'd like to speak.
Kick him from the Combat Kings.
Kick her from the group chat.
I figured out one more reason why Nitara probably has the red hair. Because they made her a rival to Ashura. Well, they made her a rival to Ashura, and this image I just posted in Discord, they probably wanted them to have very distinctly opposite kind of looks. So Nitara's wearing all dark colors, Ashura's wearing all white colors, Ashura has dark hair, Nitara has red hair. Otherwise, they both have dark hair.
Maybe.
That's my 2 cents on it.
You can solve that issue if you give Ashura a hat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let me mention one thing before you say something, Snake, because it's very minor. In the trailer, there's actually such a brief little itty bitty like detail that literally no one would catch, unless if it's like, I don't know, you've watched it many times or you slow down the footage. But for over here, you can actually see Quan Chi in the background using magic.
You little
like
cheeky.
That is Quan Chi.
Quan Chi, you sneaky
it's
bastard.
such a minor little part that you can find. But not only Quan Chi, you can also see Darius. Yeah. So that confirms that Darius will at least be in the story mode, and because I believe there are some cameos that just won't show up in the story mode. I think maybe I'm wrong about this, but Ed also was like Shujinko's not gonna be in the story mode and stuff like that. But like I'm kind of shocked that they're gonna include Darius into the story mode. That is pretty cool.
Well, the reason he's there is because they're setting up the Order and Chaos stuff for the sequel. So they got Havoc, they need to have Darius to set that up. So I'm wondering, maybe we just need like a more of a close look at some of these cameos, because we've not really had a really strong look at what Darius looks like. We've not seen his render yet. So I'm thinking, if you compare his design to what it was last time he showed up, how similar is he? Because it feels like the ones that are going to show up are the ones that have notable alterations to the designs, whereas like
Goro.
MK1 Sonya and MK2 Jax, and then you have Kano, Scorpion Sub-Zero, they're not going to be in it in those forms. I doubt Frost will be in it either, maybe in the background, but probably not. Whereas the other characters, it feels like Goro, even Chameleon's design has changed quite a bit, even if it's very, very much based on what you had in Armageddon. And Darius, his design is, I'm pretty sure it's changed a bit. Goro's got a whole new look. So
Darius is very similar though, but yeah.
I feel like that's part of it. It's if the character has like a new look or different enough where you could say it counts as a new look that's based on an old one, they're going to be in the story. Whereas other characters won't. Sonya's not going to show up in her friggin' yoga pants anymore, which is a shame. I'd love to have a scene where like, I'd love to have her and Johnny just be married, and then Johnny's like, hey, babe, I'm doing the yoga over here. I need to go do this thing. See you later.
Yeah. Well,
something like
now that you mentioned that,
you're laughing at the video.
I am.
Right,
I thought it was gonna be a Pharaoh's Curse meme, because the Pharaoh's Curse meme is everywhere. But now that like you mentioned biting Garrus, I'm just laughing my ass off because like he's just made us.
Because you see in the trailer, Garrus, like Nitara bites Garrus, and then there's this video out here that someone posted. But yeah, do you think that scene where Nitara bites Garrus, is that like in the story mode, or is that like a win animation?
It's most likely a win animation, but it sure would be sick if it was actually in story mode, because that means Nitara's getting a piece of everybody. I'm already excited that what I feared was going to happen did not happen. I feared that because that chapter is clearly the Lin Kuei chapter, when like they're all as a team or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought Nitara was going to fly and like, Rawr! And Smoke was going to like turn into smoke or something, and she's going to miss him and hit the wall like an idiot and fall down or something. That's what I thought was going to happen. But no, she lands the hit like clean, and Smoke's like, "Ah, shit! One of my brothers save me, please! I'm falling."
I have some observations. When she bites Garrus, she doesn't look at the camera. She looks away, as if towards another person. The next person is going to attack. So I think she is in the story attacking Garrus. I mean,
I do think it's story too. Yeah.
We have no idea what Garrus's role in the story is going to be, other than I imagine he's probably going to turn on Liu Kang towards the end, based on some of the dialogue.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. Like, but we're gonna have to fight him a couple times, because that's only very rarely is a character fought less than that in these stories. I feel only characters like Jackie or Atrocitus get away with that usually. So I feel like so we're probably going to fight him a couple times. Although that raises the question: will we play as who we're going to play as to fight her? I mean, Garrus gets taken out immediately, it seems, which is par for the course for that guy, unfortunately.
Probably one of the Lin Kuei characters, probably.
Well, this is a different location. That's the thing, is I'm pretty sure this is going to be a later scene.
I feel like it's the same scene because it's the same snow. They recently released the names of it. Like
it's you can see cherry blossoms. It's the stage with the cherry blossom, which I think is the.
Oh really? Let me see.
What's weird to me too is that Garrus has
Academy.
red blood again, which is not correct. He's supposed to have blue blood. Darn it! Oh well.
Wait, what did he have? He had red blood in MK11, right?
Yeah.
He had blue blood in the beta.
Oh, you're right. They changed it. Man, see, I still have beta brain.
Yep.
Take that quote out of context.
I want Garrus to have blue blood too.
Dog is a beta.
Beta dog.
I'm bottom G.
True beta
I'm
dog.
the bottom G. Beta energy.
Adjust the beta energy. Adjust the alpha.
Additionally, so far, we've seen her attack Garrus. We've seen her attack Smoke. So evidently, she's going to be working with Rain and his allies, the other malefactors who are trying to cause shit, like Havoc and Quan Chi. They're going to be part of an alliance.
You see her with Quan Chi, right, in that one place. Yeah.
So they're going to be like this big alliance of, like, they're the antagonists.
The motley crew.
At least until Shang Tsung and Kronika show up and go, yeah, we're the real bad guys. Until then, these are going to be the antagonists we're dealing with. And so it's like, it does seem like that we're going to be fighting her as both Ashra, because she's fighting her in
yes,
the...
you literally see her fight her.
In the same location where we know for a fact that Ashra's going to fight Havoc. So that's a story fight. You're going to fight in the Lin Kuei chapter.
Well, that's actually the chapter when she escapes from
Asha
hell.
fights Nitara,
yeah, that's when she first escapes.
it looks like the Living Forest.
Yeah.
It looks like where like Ashra is killing a bunch of Tarkatans.
Those are demons.
Not the like the corrupted Living Forest. Not there.
Those are
yet.
demons,
I'm
not
sure they're
Tarkatans,
fighting
though.
the corrupted version.
Those are demons. I just wanted to clarify that. I thought they were Tarkatans
Those are
too.
people who.
Those are actually.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I thought they were like Tarkat.
Well, they could be Tarkatans, but someone posted in my
infected
comments
people.
section that like her
I
bio
actually-
clearly says that she kills her pursuers after escaping the Netherrealm. So I think those are Netherrealm demons that she's killing right when the good guys show up, and they were like her pursuers.
Dude.
I don't think so. They look like Tarkatans. Like
I'm just
completely.
look, I'm just saying, you are correct that it is the normal Living Forest, but Quan Chi's in the background doing his evil green magic. What do we see in
Yeah,
the corrupted
yeah.
version? Green magic. This fight happens, then the Havoc fight happens.
Do you think Quan Chi will corrupt the Living Forest in that scene?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, that'd be badass. That'd be actually kind of cool.
That's the
That'd be
only
kinda cool if that's the
explanation that
case.
makes
Or
sense, because otherwise I don't get why Quan Chi would be in the story early. That doesn't seem like his kind of character. But I will say what's also worth mentioning is that now that y'all mentioned Darius is in the freaking scene, like in story mode, that kind of ruins my original theory that Sonya Blade and Jax would show up in story mode and give like special forces outfits to Kung Lao and Johnny, because they're clearly wearing like high-tech looking outfits. I think instead Darius makes that, because Darius has a similar outfit to that in MK1. I think he gave them those outfits from Order Realm.
I'm very curious if the cameo fighters will even have lines in the story mode. I'm very curious if that's gonna be the case, because it looks like as of right now, Motaro and Chameleon just kind of like stand there and like, I'm ready to fight with you, Tanya and Reiko. Like I don't think they're gonna say anything.
Motaro can't talk.
So-
He speaks in shrieks. I played MK3. He goes.
I mean, I guess we never heard them both talk, so yeah, that might be the case. But I am kind of curious to see how that will pan out. Megan Fox, gentlemen, what do you have to say about her? I know one of us is a big fan, and I believe the other two aren't.
I'm sure the audience can guess which of us is the apparent big fan of Megan Fox.
I actually have a Megan Fox tattoo right here. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, of course you do, yeah. Because I in Recent Dog's video, the one where he prophesied, Megan Fox, the one where he AI generated a Nitara of Megan Fox in his thumbnail, or was that AI generated, or did you actually Photoshop that?
Oh, I photoshopped Nitara and Megan Fox, but it is a art version of Megan Fox. So,
Okay.
like you tell the AI art to
it's
make
a bit of
Megan
half and
Fox,
half.
and then you.
It seems like the consensus of Megan Fox is quite half and half. I think I've seen people be like, Megan Fox is literally perfect for this role. It's like honestly perfect. Like I've seen people. I've seen Brusque Poe being like, she's my queen. Like I'm gonna main her right now. Megan Fox is perfection and stuff like
Here's what
that.
it is. There's two kinds of people. There's the people who know Megan Fox through Transformers and TMNT, where she wasn't directed particularly well and had a pretty bad performance, and there are people who are familiar with her larger body of work, including the one where she plays an evil succubus that eats people. And so the people who have seen more of that stuff are likely saying, oh yeah, she can do this. But the other people are like, people like me who are only familiar with her through that stuff are thinking, is she that good though? Because I have heard that people say she is actually quite a talented actress when given the right direction.
Jennifer's body is a
not Michael Bay stuff.
5.4 on IMDb. So I you know what? I can't take their word for it honestly, because I haven't seen her outside of Michael Bay stuff either. But like, yeah, okay. So my opinion about Megan Fox is, and in fact, I'm gonna be kind of mean here and say, the reason why she's even like in this game, honestly, is not because of her acting. Like, I'm sorry. Like, like, why she gets casted for other reasons. It's not because of her acting. Like, why is Milovich in all those Resident Evil movies, other than the fact that like she's the wife of Paul Anderson? But like, it's not because of her acting.
How dare you? How dare you? She is a sacred treasure. She is a phenomenal actress.
Oh, really?
And I will say one thing. I'm on your side, but not just everyone's thinking, oh, just because she's hot, right? No. I think it's because she's known for being, like you said, she's the succubus / evil monster lady in that one film. so they tied her into it. The same way that Ronda Rousey is known
It's not
for...
even a popular movie.
But listen,
honestly.
though, I was going to tie it all together. So
Okay,
Ronda
okay.
Rousey's not an actor
Okay.
either. They hired Ronda Rousey because she's known as the fighter. So they probably hired Megan Fox because she's known as, like,
Yeah.
the man-eater. That's probably... And she's hot. Like, it's a win-win, but... Neither one of them was casted because they're a great voice actress. My only opinion on it, real quick, would be, I think it's cool. I like it. It doesn't have to be the case. It could have been just another character, and it would have been fine to me if she didn't. What I mean is, it could have just been Nitara, and I would have been fine. The Megan Fox thing is fine, but as someone who's like a huge money pincher and likes to like save money, I would have been like, guys, if you want to put Megan Fox in the game, you can kind of just make her look like Megan Fox, and then like hire an actual voice actress and save like $70 million. You know, just
And probably a better performance too, and the end product.
It's so strange because outside of this, they don't do the face and voice being the same person. Outside of guest characters and themed costumes,
Yeah.
like Dimitri Vegas and the MK95 stuff.
MK11, it was just Sonya and Shang Tsung who were like, yeah.
Like, no, Sonya didn't even look like Ronda. It was just Sonya, really. She didn't look anything like Ronda.
Well, really? I mean, like,
I can't tell
At least the
either.
first trailer, it made it look.
I can't tell. I want to say she doesn't look like Ronda Rousey, but if you squint hard enough, you could maybe say they took some inspiration. But to me, it does not look like Ronda Rousey because, like, for one thing, Ronda Rousey is a big lady. Like, she's got big bones. Like, so Sonya should have been like a bigger lady, and she's still like all the NetherRealm women. She looks like she skips all of her meals. Like, Sonya looks very thin.
Well, I mean, like, when she's younger, it definitely looks a lot more different, though, because she's younger.
Yeah.
She's Cassie's age in that game. Megan Fox also just a teeny bit not too much like it, too, in my opinion. Like, you can... The facial features, yes, but not even, like, the entire face, in my opinion.
Sure,
too.
I feel like you can at least look at that and say, oh, that's Megan Fox. The same way that
Yeah,
even though
I agree.
like Shang Tsung is not purely Karatagawa, it's combined with another guy in MK11. But you still look at it and go, oh yeah, that's totally the guy from the movie.
Carrie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whereas with Sonya, it's like you would not associate her with Ronda Rousey at all if you weren't told Ronda Rousey did the voice.
Yeah, I agree with Snake, honestly. I keep looking at the photos,
Perhaps,
and I really
yeah.
can't tell. Like, you can squint and say that it's her, but, like, I really can't tell.
I will say about Megan Fox's, like, voice in the game currently, she only speaks 2 times. So I
Yeah.
can't judge. I really don't think it's fair to judge just yet because come on, it's like Megan Fox voicing Nitara, 2 lines literally. Okay, she has that 3rd line where she's like, "You outworlds think you're so much more superior to me," and people are saying like, "Oh, that's so lame." It is lame, but it seems like she just said that on the camera. That's not actually what's gonna be the voice in there. So I won't count that one in my opinion.
It is hard to judge. That's why I don't understand where these people come from, where they're like, oh, she's already doing a way better job than Ronda, and I'm like, she has like 2 lines in the trailer, and neither
Well, people are saying that because she's an actress. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a purely a bias thing because Ronda was so shit in that last time. And
She's
it's like,
so
well, at least
mediocre.
it's like, well, at least they cast an actress this time, which is true. They did indeed cast an actress, not a wrestler or an MMA fighter. They cast an actual actor for this game, which is good. Definitely an improvement. It remains to be seen if she's actually any good in it. We've only got 2 lines to judge it from. Yeah. I am concerned about the fact that they have this celebrity voicing the proper version of the character, not just as a costume. Because remember what happened with Ronda last time?
Oh yeah.
Aftermath, RoboCop, Combat Pack 2, no new dialogue. Is the same going to happen with Megan Fox here? Are we going to very quickly lose access to her? Then she's going to be recycling old lines? Because how cool would it have been if Sonya got brand new dialogue to interact with RoboCop and John Rambo?
Yeah.
You could have some really cool little dialogues there.
They were in the arcade ending too, yeah.
And now it's like are we
Too
going to
expensive.
lose? Are we going to lose access to her as well? Like, what if they add? What if they add Scarlet later on? Will she get no new lines with the vampire character because the vampire character's actress isn't here anymore?
I was gonna go one step further. I thought you were gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna assume at least for Combat Pack 1 she recorded lines because we know what they are. So I'm sure the actress knows. Yeah, but for the future, really hard to say. I thought you were gonna go one step further and be like, well, is she still gonna be played by Megan Fox in the next game? Like, is
Oh, no,
or is
not
she
a
gonna be
chance.
completely different?
Bold of
Unless
you to
Megan
assume
Fox
she'll even
is
make
like-
it into the next game. Bold of you.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm sure she'll make a splash in this game and appear as a cameo in the next one. But unless Megan Fox is like reasonably priced and not too busy doing other stuff, and
Reasonably
that's not a dig at all. I'm just saying, because Ronda Rousey had like WWE stuff obligations, whereas Megan
Of
Fox
course, yeah.
doesn't. So unless if she doesn't have too many obligations, she's reasonably priced and she's interested in the role. Because that was all the vibe I got with Ronda Rousey was. It always felt like she was just saying she was really into the character and the role. Because you never felt that passion when she's actually doing the deliveries.
It's hard to say because directing you. I want you to be like this stoic soldier. Maybe that's why she was like that and stuff like that.
Oh, she had the-
It's hard to say what.
She had the George Lucas voice acting direction where she was told to act like really stoic. Like that's why everyone thinks that Hayden Christensen can't act because he's like Anakin. And he's like he sounds all monotone, but it's like they told him to do that. They told like everyone to speak in that manner in those movies because Jedi can't show emotion.
I will say that the currently as what we're listening with Megan Fox's voice as Nitara, the currently a little bit of opinion is like it seems okay currently, but at the same time, ironically enough, despite the fact that everyone seems to have the complaint that like, why are the women characters like most of them look just older? Why is this mommy combat and stuff like that? Like she sounds like really young.
I never heard mommy combat.
In a weird way. I just thought of that today, by the way. Mommy combat. it's everywhere. Even from Nitara. Nitara and Melina are gonna have a mother off. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? Why is this word keep being used? But anyways, I don't know why. I look at Nitara and I'm like, I kind of wish she sounded a bit older, which is because she really sounds like this young teenage girl kind of a vibe, and that kind of like seems like what they're going with her. She's gonna be like the sassy evil lady. It's like, you think you Outworld people are much more superior than us, huh? That's right. Take my Sharpie hands. Yeah, that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Again, we only have 2 lines, so we'll see more of it. But like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have high hopes.
Yeah, well, in her defense, a
Just
little
me.
bit, like, if I paid to have Megan Fox in my video game, I would tell the voice director, make sure Megan Fox sounds like Megan Fox, because otherwise, why do we hire her? Like, if she changes her voice too much, then it's not Megan Fox anymore. Like, otherwise, why'd you pay for it?
Sort of with what happened to Ronda Rousey,
Now,
right?
I kind of
'Cause
wish...
you can tell it's her with her
I kind of
voice.
wish they'd add a little effect to it, because Nitara, whenever she screamed, had a little weird kind of, like... I don't know how to describe the effect, but she had an effect to it. It'd be kind of cool if they added that slight effect to her voice, but then it's like, why'd you hire her? It'd be the whole Deadshot situation all over again in Injustice 2, where they used Troy Baker, I'm pretty sure, but his mask has such a dumb, deep sound effect that you can't even tell it's him.
Oh. I have a... Same with Raven from Injustice 1, too. It's like, everybody wanted, like, Raven's voice, but she got this really deep voice in Injustice Gods Among Us.
That's hot.
Okay,
Loved
I have
it.
a question.
Hot.
I have a question about about Megan Fox's voice acting. Did she do the screams? She screams a lot in the trailer. Did she do those, do you guys think? Because if she did those, then I would be like, okay, at least she did those. Like, she screamed. That's a lot of effort, it seems like. At least she did that. But I don't know.
It's very hard to say.
Yeah, I have no idea. It would be funny if she did scream.
I think they have gotten better at actually having the actors do those grunts. Because I think even like in MKX, it wasn't even Steve Bloom as Sub-Zero.
Yep.
And like then you have like how Greg Griffin did Kitana and Melina's grunts for MKX and MK9 and X before playing her in Legends films. So that was neat, but it means that there is an inconsistency in the voices. I think 11, everyone is consistently doing the grunts. I imagine they'll at least get Megan Fox doing the normal ones. Whether she does the scream or not, I mean, depending on how many effects they had, they could literally just get anyone to do the scream. They could probably just make the whole thing from nothing with the computer at this point.
Yeah.
Hopefully there will be something of hers in the... that it'll be at least a little identifiable, so you can go, oh yeah, that's definitely still her doing it.
Currently, her voice, like, even if it's like bad, if it turns out to be bad, I feel like it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Like at least it seems like she's gonna like have her like personality in the voice. Rhonda was kind of like mediocre, but it also is just like it's just bad voice acting kind of thing. Not really fun. She seems like even if it's bad, it's gonna be like entertaining. It's gonna be like this kind of a thing.
One of the things about Nitara is that because she is evidently being positioned as one of the antagonists, not one of the main heroes.
She gives off jobber vibes, yeah.
Yeah, Nitara is not getting her own chapter. There's no
How
way.
dare you?
So, at the very least, I think we can look at this and say she's not going to have that big a role compared to Sonya last time. She's not going to be the center of a big emotional storyline. So, at the very least, that the requirements of her are not going to be as high as they were with Ronda. So even if her delivery was worse than Ronda's, it arguably isn't even as bad.
Absolutely, I agree with this statement. I think, she doesn't have a big role, so I think it's fine that like they get like a celebrity to do her voice, unlike Sonya, where she is like a huge part of the story. Yes, I agree with that.
I said it before that the 95 voice acting for those three actors was not very good, and it didn't really, and in some cases it didn't even fit the character as written because the versions they play were so different. And
but who cares?
Dimitri Vegas, of course, was the worst performance in the game.
Yeah,
but because it's not part of the story, it's just a bonus thing. Who cares?
Exactly.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I was going to argue it'd be the opposite at first, but you're right. The fact that she's like probably expensive and she would be a detriment to like the story probably means that she's not going to get a chapter. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, Dog, you were like, oh, she's going to get a chapter because it's Megan freaking Fox, yo. They're going to make a chapter for her and stuff.
Wait, when did I say that?
You said that in the recent video, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
You were like, if they get Megan Fox, that means she's going to get a lot more characteristic. They're going to use Megan Fox a lot more in the game and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I remember you did say that in the video.
The way that you worded it made it sound like we had a prior conversation. And I'm like, Sonic, we've never spoken about Nitara until today. Like, what do you mean, you schizophrenic?
She hasn't been even released for 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now for the fun part. Now for, honestly, I say currently Nitara, like, we're kind of like more positive than negative from the conversation we seem to be having. But now it's time for like the ultimate positive that I feel like we're gonna talk about, because her gameplay, damn, that gameplay, yo, it looks fun. It looks fun. Chona Dog, analyze time.
Let me use the bathroom, then I'll be right back. I gotta be on an empty bladder for this.
Oh, okay.
I gotta be fully focused.
Bruh.
Very well. I'll use the bathroom very quickly too. Why not? Now, for Snake, entertain the audience.
Ow! Fuck me! I'm okay. I'm okay, but that hurt.
Well, so I got this toy gun. I used it in a recent video, very briefly.
I'm okay.
Shut the fuck up. I think some people may have thought it was real because it is fully black. It's not real. Like you can tell, like real bullets you can't be seen through like that. I just think it's really cool, and it's different from the other ones are Glocks. The other one I've got. Yeah, it's a little laggy when it comes to ejecting the cartridge, but it's fine. But it's also got this really cool bit where the mags actually have this little clip so you can slot them on.
Oh,
so
I hope the mic picked that up. That was funny. Ouch.
And there you go, quick reload. It's very based. And when you put the suppressor on it, it looks like one of those SMGs you have on the back of a motorbike in GTA Vice City. It's very based. I love this thing. It's so cool.
I can't see it.
Especially when I attach it... Oh, yeah, you can't. But it's very cool when I attach it to one of my other guns, which I'll probably show off at a later date. Because that has extra slots for spare mag, so you can put it... Actually, let's do it now. Again, for clarity's sake, this is not real. It's all fake. It's all made of plastic. But I can basically do this and slot this in. No, I'm doing it the wrong way. Fuck. Damn it. Hold on. Ah! I've got this. Trust
Did you hear me
it's
bang
fine.
my shin or not? Could the mic pick that up?
I told you to shut the fuck up. That was amusing. So as you can see, I now have a handgun attached to the bottom of this other thing with a handgun inside it. So like if someone's coming at me from behind, I can just go blat blat and they just die.
Nice.
And it's very cool, very swag, very based. But it's not real. Don't demonetize YouTube. This is not real. It's all fake. It's plastic.
But it is kind of funny how like every podcast you bring out a gun.
I actually almost had a costume prepared for this one, but because we're doing it on such short notice, like the part of it hasn't arrived yet.
I forgot how quick Dog is because his bathroom is right next to him.
You missed it though, Sonic. You missed the funny. I banged my shin really hard on the toilet because these damn glasses, I'm not used to the fisheye effect, and like it bends like light, so I couldn't tell how close the toilet was. I was walking at full speed, and my shin collided into the front. So you might hear it at the editing process. Me just go bonk.
I'll check it out.
Fuck me. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh my
but
gosh.
That hurt. Yeah.
Did you record that whole section though, or
yeah,
like?
they kept recording. So
Oh,
I think
wow,
Snake said
okay.
he heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, very
that
interesting.
shin got-
I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Shin got bodied.
So,
Shin got bodied.
Shin Godzilla.
Bathroom. The bathroom,
Shin
like
got
level 3'd you.
Yeah, the porcelain wins. Shintality.
So, where were we?
Shit.
Oh yeah, so Serena's alternate costume. Remember that? That was cool.
Oh yeah, you kind of pointed that out. It is kind of cool actually. It does give off Lee May vibes. It is kind of cool.
Who's alternate?
Yeah, so I'm hoping someone will hope someone can mod that for Lee May so she can actually look more like MKX Lee May. Because Serena's alternate costume, I don't think it's just a recolor. I think it is like an actual distinct costume. So it looks like
really?
the cameos. Yeah, so I think the cameos might actually be getting 2 distinct costumes each. We know Sonya
Post it in
is,
chat.
but that could just be bias. It could just be the bias because it's Sonya and she's like.
Cameo
it's a
fighters are
classic
definitely gonna
costume.
have skins. Like they're gonna. Like
Yeah.
how can they
I mean,
not?
recolors are obvious, but it wasn't really clear whether we'd get that with others. But it really does feel like that she's getting an alternate costume that which suggests others will. I mean, obviously Goro will. I'm interested to see what they do with Motaro. Will it just be like the body paint from
Ixis.
Armageddon, or will it be something more distinctive?
Yeah,
Maybe
give
they'll
us like.
maybe Cyber Motaro will finally make it in. Like that one guy won't shut the fuck up about whoever he is. I don't know.
Cyber.
I was noticing
I was thinking like maybe he could wear a full suit of armor or something like that. But it's like armor
Cowboy.
here, but then like horse
Cowboy.
armor. What? Or cowboy? Yeah, totally. Cowboy Motaro. That sounds fun too.
dressing like Aaron Black.
Somebody made
Gameplay.
Somebody made the joke in. Yeah, I'll do the gameplay in a sec. Somebody made the joke in one of the Twitter arts, I think, or maybe one of my comment sections where it had Reptile being like, no. First it was Ashura. She said, "I want a hat," and then Nitara went, "I want a hat," and Reptile went, "I want them to have hats." It was that meme. But yeah, anyway, so the gameplay was pretty sick. So for one thing, the Forest Snake kind of predicted this, where she can end combos with a bite ability that gives her a buff. We see that at the end of one of her air combos. She bites the
Oh.
opponent and glows with that red aura. And that red aura shows up multiple times. And I'm not sure if it's like the same buff, but she has multiple ways to get it, or if she has different types of buffs,
Yeah.
and they all give her the red glow. Because she also has the Scarlet, is what I was calling it, where she creates a little hex around her body, and then she gets the red glow. But even when she leaves the hex,
Yeah, like on the ground.
yeah. But that seems to just be a visual thing, because when she leaves that circle, she still has the glow. It's not like when you leave the circle, you don't have the glow.
Yeah.
But I did notice when she used a certain move, the circle went away. So I think it's a cash out kind of thing. Like when she has that aura, she gains access to new abilities, but once she uses that ability, it cashes out the buff, is what I'm thinking. Because it may give her new launchers and stuff, is what I'm kind of guessing at first glance. Or it could just be a damage buff, could be something lame like that. What do you think, Snake?
Do you do you think that she's going to have an extra thing on her hood like Johnny does?
Oh, that'd be cool.
What?
An extra HUD, he's saying, like another
Yeah, like Johnny has a little star thing.
Like a blood marking kind of thing.
little
Oh,
little
okay.
blood drop.
Yeah, something like that.
like blood vials. Like imagine if Scarlet's blood vials were tied to an actual mechanic, and it's like, yeah, so these blood vials could. If she has one blood vial, then there's one on her belt. If she has two, she has two. But it's also there on the hood for a bit more clarity. That would have been sweet. They should do that. And
Yeah, because you see on her waist, it's like she has like some sort of blue like vial, and also in one of her like animations, you see like she grabs like a red crystal on her hand. I wonder if that's related to like a special move that she can use when like the meter is full, or when she's in the blood mode or something like
I
that.
think, well, it could be. I mean, that's definitely cutscene footage, so it's hard to say if it actually is part of her kit or if it's just a plot device.
Yeah. Well, what I was also mentioning was like when she scratches herself, and then like on her hand, she has like some sort of like blood thing.
You mean the part where she scratches right through her armor? Mm-hmm. Because the armor gets cut through as well, because that's just how this stuff works.
Yeah, I'm curious if that's like a victory animation, because it's like you just destroyed your like honey. You're gonna show like not safe for work stuff.
I wish it was the outro, but I think it's the intro, unfortunately, and that's like the whole Garrus situation over again, where whenever you fight Garrus or play as Garrus, better censor that. Don't forget that she can demonetize you with her intro alone.
Well, here's what's interesting.
Apparently, yeah.
In the shot where you see her and Serena for an intro, she's got blood around her mouth, and then she like wipes it away. So I'm wondering, will she just start with that, or will she actually bite the opponent to get some?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
During the clash.
My theory is like I still think that part where she bites Garrus is an outro. So I'm thinking she'll bite them, then look at the camera and go, Rah! And have like the bloody mouth and the red glowing eyes. But that's just my prediction. Your idea is better though.
You're wrong.
I like your idea more. And now that you mentioned the blood vials in the HUD, I almost hope that she's like G in Street Fighter V, where she has levels to her blood drinking, and like the more you level her up through blood drinking, the more powerful she gets, because those are my favorite types of characters, where it like snowballs and they get better and better. Or like even Bane is a good example.
Oh,
but Bane has a dumb
like
drawback.
Jamie from Street Fighter.
Yeah, Jamie too is a good example. I love characters that like stack their abilities as they fight, makes them like super fun. But
so level 1, she's just spitting blood at people. Then level 3, she's like blood bending and making the opponent punch themselves in the face.
Level 3, she puts her arms up and a giant wave of blood just comes in from her side of the screen and just hits the opponent. Or she summons blood geysers, like how Devorah...
You wanted to see a blood?
See a blood, yeah.
I've got a really out there theory about that crystal though, because like it's a red crystal, and if consider they're willing to reference Gen. Of all things, I wonder.
Yeah.
Could this tie into the gem of Tetsuri from Defenders of the Realm?
Let's do it.
Which was, it could be. This is heart shaped, and that was the crystallized heart of a dead Zaterran warlord that Quan Chi uses to turn the heroes against each other. And Nitara's working with Quan Chi, and the whole manipulating the heroes thing is what Havoc did in the comics, and he's part of this group. So I wonder. She also is the one who told Reptile about his heritage in Deadly Alliance, so could she have done research into that, found the Gem of Tetsuri or an equivalent, and he's going to try and use it to justify some fights that wouldn't happen, like, oh, come at us, oh, Kenshi, haha, you're going to fight Johnny Cage now, or something like that. But maybe Kenshi's going to fight Ashura at some point, because it's sword versus sword, that has to happen. So maybe that'll be the reason why. It'll be like, Kenshi, you will fight Ashura, and Kenshi will have no choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In terms of gameplay, another thing that I do kind of like is I'm not too sure if Mortal Kombat has another character like this, but we got Claw Girl, we got Claw Girl movesets, we got clawing kind of fight style. I kind of like that kind of style.
Melina had that last time.
Yeah.
For her whole moveset?
No, but she had moves and animations where she did that, but she's less feral in this one, so they probably figured we can give that to the character who bites people. She seems kind of feral.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, she does that like throughout her whole entire moveset. She uses the claws to fight Ashura with the sword in the cutscene and stuff like that. So I kind of like that. But technically speaking, Reptile has that move first. So
there's one really crazy
cool.
thing worth mentioning too that people will see in my reaction video that goes live today. Not when they watch this though, so I shouldn't say today, because by the time if they watch the podcast, it's going to be
this
earlier.
video will be on like 3 days probably.
But
go on his channel and watch it after this video. It'll be there.
Yep. There's a new thing that it could be a Nitara specific move, but I'm wondering if it's a universal mechanic that we haven't seen yet, because NetherRealm has done a weird job not telling us a lot of these new universal mechanics that people just figure out by playing.
Very good at hiding it.
There's a part of the trailer where she does an airborne style normal attack, kind of like a little drop kick, right? But the opponent's still standing. And before coming to the ground, she air dashes out of it, and her body glows, not like a meter burn glow. It glows more like a universal glow, because if you uppercut the opponent in Mortal Kombat 1 to punish a high attack, you can cancel the uppercut, and your character glows just like that and does a little jump, and they can keep the combo going. That might be a universal mechanic to like dash out of air attacks with certain characters, or it could just be a Nitara specific thing. But the reason I thought it could be universal is because the glow is identical to the uppercut glow. It's not a red glow or anything. I could be
Yeah,
overthinking.
that is one thing that I'm so happy that they're leading in towards, because people are saying like this game has air combos. That's like the really hype thing that people are getting. It has air combos, and it's like, well, maybe there's gonna be cameo fighters or characters that excel in the air, and it's like Nitara. She has air dashes, and it's like it's fast. It's like pop 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 kind of a thing. It's like she seems hard to play because of that, because of how fast her cancels in the air dash into something else like look in the trailer and stuff.
If Nitara and Sindel don't have the strongest air game, then something's gone very wrong.
And it's cool too because, believe it or not, for anyone watching this who didn't play the 3D games, it took all the way until like Armageddon or that Game Boy Advance game if you played like on the handheld or whatever handheld game it was. Nitara didn't even use her wings in like 99% of her attacks. She just happened to have wings in Deadly Alliance, but they weren't used for anything. It took until Armageddon or that one mobile game where, or maybe it was Deception Unchained or whatever, but she had like the wing backstep ability, but it's just a backstep. It's not even an attack. She just like flies backward and just like a jump backward, and that's it. Now she finally uses the wings.
Yeah, I think Nitara's fan base was never about her gameplay. It was just because of her design. Yeah. I think that was the Nitara fan base, in my opinion.
You know what would have been cool?
I think she's going to get a big boost in fan base from the Scarlet stands who don't have Scarlet anymore. They're going to go, yeah, that's our...
That's my new queen.
Substitute queen.
That's my blood mommy.
Yep.
I think it would have been cool in hindsight if she used her little twin sights, her little sickles for the fatal blow. That would have been a cool reference, but I guess they just want her to be like pure vampire lady. Yeah. And what's weird too is she can extend her claws, it looks like, a little bit too. Like she has like blood essence on them. Because for a fatal blow, I was like trying to censor it, and in censoring it and going frame by frame, I saw that before she even stabs her hand through the person's neck, like these red beams go through their neck first. So it's like she can project blood off her fingernails or something, which is kind of cool.
I'll say this.
It actually looks pretty cool.
The claws are a really cool addition because it makes sense that one, she could stab people. So it's basically a way of drawing blood with greater range, because obviously you can reach further with your arm than you can with your head. And also, I'm sure it won't be there, but it would have been really cool if there were rivets in the blades so that the blood could like sink into those. So then it's collecting more blood. She could just lick it off. Yeah. Kind of like if anyone ever saw the anime Blood Plus, or the anime film was based on Blood the Last Vampire. Like the main character uses a sword that she cuts herself with it. Then her blood goes into the rivets because her blood can harm the vampires. And so it's like that. It's like kind of like that, only it's used to help herself. Like blood in the crevices of my blade.
Yeah,
we can't even see snakes sucking there.
I get they're going for a
God.
They're going for a cliche.
We'll see afterwards.
They're going for a cliche kind of vampire thing for sure, with like her just like getting blood by like biting you, I guess. But it would be cool if they did the Blood Omen style vampire, where as long as blood is nearby, she can absorb it. That'd be kind of interesting, and look really cool.
See, anything they won't do it just because of how NetherRealm is now. But you notice that she has full cleavage exposed. Yeah. If this had been like MK9 era or earlier, she would have had a victory animation where like there's just some blood splattered like on her chest, and she like wipes it up with her finger and then licks it off her finger. They would do that, but they won't do that now. Now it's like, oh, we can't do that.
They had a close one with Scarlet though, when she basically just does this as the blood like falls onto her. But that wasn't too implying, but that was kind of hot.
I thought Snake was gonna say that there would be like the battle damage. How Melina has a bloody handprint on her butt cheek when she takes battle damage in MK9. I thought he was gonna say that like Nitara would have a bloody handprint on her tits.
I didn't
Y'all
know
didn't know that? Yeah. Everyone has different like damage effects in MK9, like their damage version. And for Melina, she has like a handprint on her butt cheek, like someone spanked her like in the middle of the fight.
That's funny.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I like to imagine it was Johnny. That was like his dying attack. It's just to smack that booty.
Before I die. Yeah, other than that, I don't think there's too much else we can say about the gameplay, because this is a relatively short trailer, sadly. Like, it was like half just Megan Fox gushing about, like, stuff, like her performance.
I'm sure we'll get more. I'm sure the next trailer will give a bit more. My personal theory is that it's going to be the Blood Warriors, which will be her, Reiko, and cameo Meat.
Oh,
Because we kind of know, we're pretty sure Meat's going to be in the game as a cameo, just because Ed's kind of hinted
I
at it.
hope so.
before
Otherwise,
now.
he kind of
would be
lied
fun.
unintentionally.
And it would be a fitting part theme with the vampire and the guy who was trying to become a blood god in the comics. Putting those three together just makes perfect sense.
Give us either Meat, Draman, or Moloch. Some of these really weird, obscure characters. I want weird, obscure cameo fighters.
Yeah.
You say that, but Moloch is one of the less obscure ones because he's in Quan Chi's intro animation in MKX.
He got a size reduction too because his head is way too small in that intro. I know how big Moloch
He
is
also
supposed to
got
be.
killed in Scorpion's Revenge, technically speaking. If
Yeah.
you want to, his species at least, his species.
And there's one or two dead in Goro's lair in 11.
He's just there to be bodied, basically. He's just we need a body.
Which is a reference
Moloch.
to Shaolin monks because they're like only like the first enemies you fight in Shaolin monks in Goro's lair, but they don't look like Moloch. They don't look like Moloch. They're like paler.
That's my only issue with the comic is that it had to give dialogue to everybody. Because in my brain, up until the MKX comics, I just assumed that Moloch and Draman were buddies because they couldn't talk, but they understood through like their grunts and their roars what they meant. You know, it'd be kind of like silent comedy.
They talk in conquest mode and deception.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Ah,
Okay.
cool.
Moloch does?
Part of the main quest too. Yeah.
Oh man, there goes my headcanon. I wanted to be like, they're just talking to each other because they're demons. You know, like demons are crazy. I thought it'd be funny if demons couldn't actually talk, but that's fair. Damn. So now I can totally picture Moloch like sitting at a table sipping tea, then like Beast from X-Men, if he's like got linguistic abilities.
That'd be kind of cute. The Snake, as much as I want another like story trailer, I think because there was like a tweet over someone saying like, oh, if you're like the journalist, you get like a specific site for like trailers that come out, and we're only getting like 2 more trailers, and we just got one now, which is a Nitara trailer, and the final trailer is gonna just be called the launch trailer. So
Well,
I
well, that's
don't
the
know if
question
they're
is-
gonna have.
Does this count as a trailer or is it just a little featurette? Because
It's a featurette.
It has to count as a trailer,
I think
right?
it's a featurette.
To me, it doesn't. It
good
doesn't
point,
feel
though,
like
Sonic.
a trailer because it really is just focused
It still
on.
calls it like
celebrity.
Nitara trailer on the site and stuff like that.
I mean, but you could be right.
Like
though.
it is a.
Sonic, because it did only show, like, for anyone not aware, what Sonic is talking about is there's apparently a hub. If you ever wondered why GameSpot and IGN have their trailers released at the exact same time that Warner Brothers and NetherRealm releases their official trailers, apparently they all come from like the same hub, and like that got leaked. So everyone saw that Mortal Kombat 1 has 2 trailers left, including the launch trailer. So if Nitara's trailer counts,
Is that a leak?
then yeah.
That's what sorry, I thought that was common news. I didn't know if that was a leak or not. But we don't know the trailers. Well, okay, we know it's a launch trailer, but we don't know what happens in the trailer at least.
And also, I'm wrong. Apparently, the handprint is not on Melina's butt cheek anymore. It definitely is in the concept art or something.
Oh no, Tronodog and his manipulations again.
It's
Look
not
at
the
him
Mandela
go.
effect, because I even watched a YouTuber bring it up, like how he was it might have been even Snake, but I don't think so. Somebody was bringing up they missed the battle damage from like old games, and he brought up like, for Pete's sake, Melina has a bloody handprint on her ass. That's hilarious. And he's like, that's like
Dog.
yeah.
Does for Pete's sake sound like something I would
Yeah.
say? Come on.
For Pete's
I would
sake.
say for fuck's sake. I'm an
No,
adult.
you would say, God save the Queen's sake. No.
Oh, I'll tell you what, bottle of water. Just kidding. It's like BS.
See, that's not fair. That's not fair because you're Asian, Sonic. I can't make fun of you that same way, or I'd be called a racist.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
mean-
I would love for you to say things like
What
that.
was the
but
name
yeah,
of that?
sadly.
What-
There it is. There it is. Doc, you saved it. You saved the podcast. There it is.
I wanted to start a series of memes now where, like, because Nitara is Megan Fox, I definitely want to post a meme on Twitter of just like Megan Fox looking hot and be like, gonna tell my kids this is Nitara.
Something like that. Did you see my tweet? I made a tweet. I'll set it right up here. I was like, 6 a.m. I saw Megan Fox as Nitara, and I'm just like, okay, well, is this gonna be her taunt?
So, what do we think is the likelihood that come October for the Halloween pack, we'll get a Jennifer's Body inspired costume for Nitara?
I hope so.
Jennifer. Oh.
You know what I
does she
want?
look like? Does she have like a?
Do you know what I want for her?
What do you want?
You know how Aki has that that goth like really volume. What's the term for that?
Oh yeah, her alternate skin.
Yeah, I forgot the term. It's like the most cliche goth like ballroom outfit that
lolly
people think of.
dress.
I guess I don't want to say lolly, but
yeah,
it looks
goth
like,
goth dress.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
volume. It's got a lot of volume to it. It looks like Victorian era, but goth. I could see Nitara getting that
Yeah.
because it would just fit her like gothic Halloween.
Kind of fun.
Give her a Jacko
I think
costume.
the best would be a really really cheap like a white blouse with like some frills on the sleeves and like a black and red Dracula cape, and like that's the costume. Like the cheapest
like a classic
bargain bin vampire costume you might get from like Best Buy or something. I wanted to wear that.
Yeah, NetherRealm has done pretty great Halloween costumes, so yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what they do.
I'm googling. I just googled like MK9 Melina battle damage, and I stumbled across the terrible fan fiction like costume.
What is this?
This is from that era, I think. I get what they're going for, the poofy like ninja pants, but this also seems like they've made Scarlet fat on purpose. This is from that era of
it does look a little bit.
That weird era on Twitter where they made all the women look realistic.
Really?
But it's only realistic by American standards because we're all fat.
I think I know who made this. This is the lead character designer for the new game, because the two things that they all do. One, the women are now ugly, and
Oh my gosh!
two, her toes are showing.
Toes are showing.
That's why.
It's
Oh
the
my
same
gosh!
person.
That's
It's the
why. Oh
same
my
person.
gosh!
There's a weird seedy underground of like people who mod and design like costumes for Mortal Kombat but desexualize them, especially in the MK9 era, which is fine to do your own design, but it's just so funny to me how like
Interesting.
that subculture even existed is kind of fascinating, because Mortal Kombat, like Snake said, for like almost 20 years straight or 25 years straight was all about sex appeal. Even Scorpion was sexy in Deadly Alliance. The man's wearing no shirt. He's just wearing like the vest over the top, and that's it. Like just the deep V. We're still gonna talk about gameplay. Does anyone have any gameplay to talk about for Nitara?
Most of the things you kind of already addressed. I'm just like, she seems hard. She seems fast. She seems like aerial combat does seem fun. I think Sonic Fox is like, we finally got an IAD. I think we finally got an IAD character. People are like, what does IAD stand for? Nobody was really sure about that because Mortal Kombat is so like not into like air combos, so no one has any idea what that means. Instant air dash. It's like, yeah, she's got that in the game and stuff like that. Gameplay is looking great for Nitara, honestly. I think that's like one of the best things that I'm seeing from her right now, from the looks of it.
Yeah.
What do we think of her fatality?
It's super funny.
Oh,
Feels straight out of like Deadly Alliance, which I think is, if that was their intention, then fantastic. If not, it's just kind of goofy.
I like the beginning of it, and then when the skeleton pops out, I think it's just a little too fast. But other than that, I like it because it's just pulling it, flying up, and it's fun. I just think that skeleton part is just a little bit too fast, but I like it.
I'm hoping she gets. Hoping other fatality. Well, it won't be, but I'm hoping it would just be as simple as she grabs the opponent, digs her fangs into their neck, and just drains them until they look like Sindel and Shao Kahn after they got their souls sucked by Shang Tsung, and just a husk. Like the fact that Scarlet didn't get something like that in MK11 is so bizarre. So
it's
like,
too
this is the
hard to
chance-
animate
this-
bodies that are dry. Like, would they really do that for one character, Snake? Would they?
Well, I get this feeling that, you know, the way Shang Tsung kills Kung Lao in the trailer, I get this weird feeling like that's going to be one of his fatalities.
That makes sense. That does.
So it's one of those where if you make multiple characters who are going to use this effect, then, you know, it makes it more is more reason to do it, I would say.
That would be interesting, yeah. Speaking of Shang Tsung, it still kind of baffles me that the game's coming out. Still no gameplay of this guy, Shang Tsung, the pre-order bonus.
Yeah, I kind of had a mini rant in one of my videos where I don't think that the game's being marketed bad, but it's being marketed in a very weird way that you could argue is bad. Like, the pre-order bonus character should have had a stream already. Like, there should have already been a whole combat cast around Shang Tsung. You can wait until September, that's fine, but like, we're already midway through, like, it's like, what, the 8th already? Like, people are going to be leaking the game now.
Yeah.
They're gonna beat you to it. They're gonna leak gameplay of Shang Tsung before you can stream it.
Also, the
difference-
customization, like we know customizations in the game,
do.
but they've said nothing about it.
I really do think.
Yeah.
I think they're saving a lot of stuff for the launch trailer, which like is not the best idea financially, but just to predict it and say, I called it if I'm right here. I think the launch trailer is going to show like the characters through their intro animation, but it's going to cut through all their different costumes and their different gear pieces to be like customization, for all the characters and stuff,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but like, okay, MK11's launch trailer was just literally story mode montage and like Mortal Kombat theme in like a orchestrated like classic mode.
Yep.
Like that was like a epic trailer because of that.
Yeah.
Are they really gonna stuff information in the launch trailer?
I think so.
Like,
No, but I imagine they'll probably have another combat cast that will go into some of that stuff. But I can imagine seeing them just showing a bit of it off in the trailer, but not like spending too much time on it. Like, 'cause I remember back when they did Deception, they had like these full like 10-minute long featurettes that went through each of the new modes and here's what Conquest is, here's what puzzle and chess combats are.
Yeah,
I missed those days. I wish they would do. I guess it's what the combat cast is kind of for, but I wish they'd do something like that for this one.
do a
We know shockingly little about this game, weirdly enough, even though it's almost out.
yeah, do another realm direct or something like that, and like have the Nintendo guy narrate. Here you can see the character being decapitated. Very cool. He's so cool. Or something like that.
we cast Megan Fox as Nitara. She's so cool.
She's so hot.
I mean, look at that body. Jennifer's body.
yeah. I mean, MKX was also, now that you mention it, Mortal Kombat X was also just a giant story trailer with like barely any gameplay. Like there's some, but it's mostly just story mode cutscenes for the launch trailer, all to like Chop Suey, which was undeniably an amazing
Yeah.
trailer. And I didn't even know until
Yeah.
Maximilian Dude's video that they'd used Chop Suey before in an older Mortal Kombat game. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, I thought that was the first time, but they've used it before for a different trailer. And I was like, oh, so it's like a callback. I didn't know that. And that works, by the way. Putting copyrighted music in your trailers does sell copies, because I have friends that never bought a Mortal Kombat game in their life, and they're like, yeah, admittedly, that badass launch trailer with Chop Suey made me buy it.
I don't know who edits the launch
Interesting.
trailers, but X and 11 have really fucking good launch trailers.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely fantastic. Like, even though I don't like those games, I'm like, it makes it look so good. Damn. I mean, I've seen this trailer. I think the trailer that was done for DMC Devil May Cry, that was like for the Japanese version with the Japanese image song, and it's like, this makes the game look so good. What the hell? I've played the game, and it's not. I know it's not that good, but it looks so good.
Yep. Yeah, same with the Injustice. I
Trailer
used to love
magic,
the
baby.
Injustice trailers a lot too. Like the Injustice 2 ones, I thought were like really dope.
Yeah.
And they did a really cool job with the factions trailer too, which is probably what inspired the MK1 type of marketing, where every trailer is like a faction. It's not like just a character, which is fair,
Yeah, actually, still, if you really think about it, it's like it really isn't a good versus evil like story plot, or at least
Good, I
like
hate that
it's
shit.
it's just faction and factions. I'm looking forward to the game because of that, but at the same time, I'm just trying to wrap my head around like how is this story going to be told if it's like that.
I
It's
know.
like,
I'm worried that
Yeah.
I'm going to make the same mistake that I made for 11 and even X, honestly, where I way overthink what the plot's going to be. Because 11, I thought, oh, it's going to be so much going on, because I saw that in the story mode, Sub-Zero was going to fight Noob Saibot, and Cyrax and Sector are in it, and then Frost is also in it. So I thought, man, Sub-Zero is going to play a huge part in this game, because like half the villains are like his villains, And then nope, it's all in one chapter. And I was like, wow, I way overthought that shit.
Yeah, you have to remember it's a NetherRealm story. Like, they're not that intelligently written. They don't
To
put
be
that
fair,
much thought
though,
into it.
I'm trying to think of all the NetherRealm stories. It really, for the most part, was good versus evil. The only there are like a little bit of exceptions. Like in MKX, it was like, okay, Outworld was their own like faction too, and Justice 2. Yes, everyone was going against Brainiac, but there was still like Superman's group and Batman's group.
But the thing about
trying to
Injustice
think-
is that Injustice isn't supposed to be good versus evil, but they write the characters on Superman's side so evilly.
Yeah,
that it just
Superman's
is a good,
side
like,
is-
they are just villains. It's not like what you want to aim for is like Captain America: Civil War, where both
middle-
sides have good points.
Exactly.
I mean, that would make the choice with Injustice 2. Like, you had that for Injustice 1 after a long sequence where Batman and Superman's factions, they both got good points, but they're clashing, and then you pick who do you think is in the right. You're going to help them win. But no, it's just Superman is just a villain, so go beat him up.
So no, it basically was like saying pick a good ending or a bad ending, like how MK Aftermath did it too. It's like pick your good or bad ending. That sort of they made Superman too much of a bad guy, and even Ed Boom's like Superman is mistaken, or something. That one tweet was so funny.
In the comic, he does feel more misunderstood, but in the game, he's just like definitely evil. Yeah.
He killed Shazam. That was it. There was no coming back from that.
Shazam.
Or for
He
anyone
ate the baby.
after Injustice Gods Among Us.
He ate the baby.
Because the aftermath, it was like we spend the whole time following Shang Tsung, the villain from the first game, and he's so fun to be around. And he has this plan, and he just beats everyone. And then it's like, oh, Liu Kang actually like got one over on him. Oh, that's interesting. And then it's like, who do you think deserves to win after all their respective machinations? Are you won over by Shang Tsung's pure charisma, or do you think the good guys should still win because they're the good guys? So Aftermath actually did it way better than Injustice, because it made you like both sides. Whereas Superman is just evil, even though he's got like a super sympathetic backstory. He's just like, I'm going to murder a child, hooray!
Yeah.
Although I will say this though, both Injustice 2 and Aftermath did a better alternate endings in MK11. MK11 was Chronica wins, Liu Kang wins with Raiden, Liu Kang wins, abandons Raiden with Katana. It's just like, okay, that really isn't the difference, honestly.
That's why
the MK11 endings.
I know we're retreading ground here a little bit, but that's again why I'm so upset that they included that stupid evil grin cackle for Shang Tsung in story mode, because they had the chance to make Shang Tsung actually be the person who's hoodwinked. And Chronica could easily trick him into thinking that she's like the ultimate good guy who's got her powers taken by Liu Kang, and like, you'll be my champion, Shang Tsung. Like, he made you downtrodden because you're the only one who can stop him. And so Shang Tsung could actually think he's the good guy through Chronica's manipulation. And that would have been super interesting. But no, he just is evil again because he's evil by nature, which is not a thing, by the way. There's no such thing as being born evil.
He's born evil.
That's not a thing. Humans' brains are born
it's
smooth.
Fiction. They want.
We can barely even breathe. You gotta spank our butts to make us breathe. But yeah, anyway.
So you know how you said, Dog, that we've not seen, like, even with leaks, they don't show who the last character is?
Yeah, nobody knows.
Presumably that character has to be unlocked in the story.
Yeah.
Like Frost. So, or
Quan
Brainiac,
Chi,
or
okay.
Shinnok and stuff like that. We've had stuff like that before. So I think Injustice 1 didn't have that, but I think all the rest did. So the question is that Chronica, or is Chronica the final boss?
It's starting to feel a lot more likely that that's Chronica, like, as the final character in the roster. Because think about it. Fire God Liu Kang is still the strongest being right now in that universe. So not even Chronica can probably beat him at that point. So it's like... Chronica would either they're gonna bullshit and retcon and be like, actually Chronica is still OP, so she's gonna be the final. They're not gonna let Chronica be the final boss again. At least not base version of Chronica, because we did that already. This is obviously a nerfed Chronica. If she's gonna be the final boss, she's gonna have to power up somehow. Yeah. Don't do
the
it
only
though,
issue
please.
The only issue with Chronica being the final character, although I think she is, I'm like 80% sure she's the final character. It
really feels like she's gonna be the final.
The only issue with that though would be Garrus kind of makes her redundant because he already has time manipulation powers in gameplay.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he has sand abilities too, which Chronica's never shown, like that she can make a sand sculpture of herself and teleport and all that. So unless they give Chronica some weird extra thing that Garrus can't do, and maybe she gets a new power. Maybe without the hourglass, she got maybe her abilities manifested in a different way. That could be really interesting, but I don't think they'll do that because her name... By the way, apparently I say her name wrong. Apparently it's meant to be based off Kronos, so her name is actually Chronica, like you're saying Crow. I did not know that. I kept saying Chronica, like she's chronicling time, but I was wrong. It's Kronos.
Chronica, yeah.
But just so everyone knows, the reason I say it wrong is because I thought it was Chronica, like to chronicle. But apparently not. It's Chronica, like she's Kronos.
I just hear people say Chronica, that's why I said Chronica.
And she was originally a guy too,
lot of
apparently. They changed her into a woman like later, which makes sense.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Her moveset in like her boss fight she does have some weird shenanigans and floating balls and whatnot. Just honestly expand on the fact that she can summon a T-Rex and like ram it into you. Just do that.
That'd be great. She just like she summons the T-Rex. That was still so funny.
Because if you go to the prehistoric stage, she's like, ha, T-Rex.
I think unfortunately it could be both, but you know what would be a really cool final boss? Garrus would be an interesting final boss. Well, Onaga too.
Just Garrus.
Well, Garrus, but like with motivation.
Like
not gameplay wise, but motivation wise, Garrus would be a really cool final boss because I can picture two scenarios. Either scenario one, he's just so terrified that Kronika is getting close to the hourglass that he's like, no, and he like merges with it or something to stop her because he refuses to go back to being a slave for all eternity. So he does like some desperate Hail Mary attempt to like stop her by like merging with time or merging with the hourglass or something, or even joining a bad guy to like escape her. Or alternative number two is that Kronika always knew that Garrus had that personality, but she kept him weaker so he would like never usurp her. And now that Liu Kang helped her die and brought back Garrus, he can now finally be like the evil villain he always wanted to be. Those are like the two different possibilities. But
I do think Garrus does have a pretty decent shot, although I'm actually starting to come around a bit on the idea that it could be Onaga, just because they do have a bunch of 3D characters who are like part of like a bunch of them are part of like the villain malefactor faction. Like you have Quan Chi, you have Havoc, you have Nitara. Yeah, so it's like these characters who are from around that time and are associated with the 3D era, even if they debuted in like MK4 or something. Could it be like that they are kind of like bringing back Onaga somehow? I think Onaga being Shao Kahn's father is a stupid theory that never should have taken off because it's so dumb.
Well, but it is really likely.
Is it though? Shao Kahn has a father, therefore it's going to be a dragon man.
It's the horns. That's the only reason why it's... Yeah, that's the reason why the theory is going around.
Because he underwent a procedure that made him stronger because he was a weak little bitch when he was born. Like, if he was Onaga's son, he wouldn't be a weak little bitch when he was born. He would have been a big buff dragon man.
If they wanted to give him...
He was just a dude.
If they wanted to give him horns...
Stronger.
Why would it be like exactly the same as Onaga? Like even Motaro's horns are like backwards and stuff like that. It is like the same shapes and stuff like that. And now like they still kept the dragon like scales on his body, right? For like Shao Kahn, like
what
General
if Shao Kahn? What if General Shao mutates into Onaga?
That's what I was thinking too. Like he could be like the vessel. Like they could have. Because one more thing I'm forgetting that I almost forgot. We see the undead army. That's one more big hint that Onaga might show up in some way, shape, or form. They're clearly. They're doing everything but mentioning him. They're tiptoeing around it super hard that Onaga will probably be.
Yeah.
There's only like one intro dialogue that they mention Onaga with when Liu Kang fights Liu Kang.
I was thinking that they could have merged his DNA with like the fallen Dragon King to make him stronger, and that could be why he manifested some elements of the Dragon King, which would still be cool. It's also low key. It's low key NetherRealm trying to pretend that they did not make the funniest goof of all time and confuse Shao Kahn with Shao Kahn, which is why he had dragon elements at all in MK11. And I still love that theory that is most likely true, because just out of nowhere, Shao Kahn had dragon elements, which he's never had before. But
wait, I'm curious. What does this have to do with Shokan's? What?
You never heard that theory?
Aren't Shokan's the forearm?
But they're half dragon.
Aren't Shokan's like the forearm?
But Goro's half dragon.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's a weird thing, but yeah.
It's a funny fan theory to me, because I could totally see like somebody new to the team making that mistake. Like they're researching it, they're like, okay, Shao Kahn. And then they look at Shokan later, think it's the same word because it's so similar. And it's like Shokan. Okay, the Shokan are a race of half dragon people. Oh, cool. I'll make Shao Kahn like have dragon features, and because otherwise, like, where'd it come from? Like,
didn't even Johnny Cage have like a funny intro where it's like, why is Shao Kahn not a Shokan or something like that? There was like an intro dialogue like that.
You're half right. He did have an intro dialogue.
Yep.
It wasn't funny though.
Oh. I'm just saying, like, they did mention that, so maybe later on they were like, if your theory is true, dog, maybe later on they were like, oh, wait a second.
Do you know what would also be a great final boss, but it would make no sense? That random guy that Ed Boon said, new phone, who this? The random guy who comes through the portal with everybody.
Oh yeah, that's right, in the background.
Like
everyone's like, Kai? Is that Kai?
Oh, the guy that beats up Shang Tsung at the start, and people think might be. Batista.
Oh, that one. Yeah, the Dave Batista.
I think it might be Batista. I'm not sure if anyone else thinks that. I might be completely wrong on that theory. It just sounded like him to me. And I thought it was also
The funniest.
yeah, I thought it was ironic that his daughter's dead again because like he's kind of typecast into that character who's like, my daughter was murdered
By Thanos.
by Thanos.
The funny thing about Dave Bautista theory is like people are saying because of that one ad of the Mortal Kombat, that ad, it's like you see everyone using like some reference ability, so you see like fire and like electricity rated, and Dave Bautista's eyes turn like yellow glowing, and then people are like, Onaga's eyes glow yellow too. Dave Bautista play Onaga confirmed. Something
How
like that.
funny
I heard
would
some,
that
you know
be?
what it
I heard some theory like that.
It's the
Yeah.
combat rage.
It's what?
Dave Bautista has a combat rage. That's what the yellow glow
Combat
is.
rage. Yeah, rage.
Oh.
I still love that.
The rage.
I'm still happy, but also think it's funny. Well, it's a good thing, but I'm glad that nobody like immediately pulled the race card and was like, Batista, why did you walk up to the first Asian kid in the library and just whisper Mortal Kombat to him? Like, oh, just because I'm Asian, I know Kung Fu video game. Is that what you're implying, Batista?
That's a little bit extreme.
But
That's a little
that's where
extreme.
Twitter goes, though. Twitter's minds go there. So I wouldn't be shocked if somebody thought that.
Yeah, but it's very easy to dispute those people because like Asian people like it's Mortal Kombat's not
It's
big
not,
in Asia.
yeah.
You have normal people fighting.
It is not.
And
It is
Too
not.
bloody.
And then you have Japan who's like, no, we're not going to have that over here. You bullshit, stop that. And it's like, if you went up and whispered, Street Fighter, then you'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, that's kind of racist. But
Hadouken. Just walk up and go Hadouken.
That would be kind of racist, yeah. Here's an interesting question I wanted to ask you guys. Do you think the final boss in Mortal Kombat is gonna be a boss-specific character, like how NRS has been doing all these times, or are they gonna do that like Injustice and make it like, oh, Fire God Liu Kang is the final boss?
I mean, I would love Fire God
technically
Liu
that
Kang
was
being the
Aftermath,
final
but
boss
yeah.
because that would like, to me, it seemed like I get what you mean though. Is it going to be like a brand new character, or is it going to be just like the character like Superman, but he's just really tough, like he's just hard to beat?
Yeah, Injustice it was Superman, and Injustice 2 was
I
Brainiac
like the
and stuff
idea
like
of
that,
Liu
yeah.
Kang
Yeah.
being the villain, even if he's not bad. I like Liu Kang being the final boss only because it reminds me of the really creative MK9 ladder ending that was connected to Liu Kang's ladder ending, where Liu Kang kills Raiden because he's mad at him doing such a bad job, and the gods let him fight in Mortal Kombat, and he kills Raiden and gets like fire god powers. We already see that in Mortal Kombat 1. And
Yeah.
we also see Shang Tsung being like the underdog in a way. Like he's not the all-powerful sorcerer. And MK9's ending implies that Shang Tsung is ironically now the only person who can save Earthrealm because Liu Kang is unstoppable.
Yeah, I do kind of like that ending too.
Yeah.
It's like Shang Tsung is now the one that's like fighting to be the champion to fight Liu Kang. It's like, oh, that's interesting, like arcade.
Could you imagine?
I could see them taking
Could
that.
you imagine real quick? You know how in Mortal
Oh, I've got it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It's just imagine the finale is Liu Kang's like, like you have chosen war with a god.
You have defied
to the hero-
peace, yeah.
to the good guys.
Yeah.
And then so the heroes are trying to get him, and then Garrus just freezes them. And it's like, oh no, we can't beat him. Well, there's one person who can grant immunity to time powers.
Chronica.
Kronika.
Yeah.
Who is her champion? Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung just walks in. Like one guy's not frozen, and he unmorphs, and it's Shang Tsung, and he's gonna fight Liu Kang with the immunity to time powers. So he kills Garrus again, and then he goes and fights Liu Kang, and that's the final boss.
No. It's gonna
Well,
be Garrus as a cameo fighter, so that way Liu Kang and Garrus fighting Shang Tsung. Well, Kronika as a cameo
Reptile's
fighter.
gonna save
That
the day.
won't happen just because. See, that
Let's
won't
fucking
happen
go.
just because Shang Tsung is DLC. He's a
Yeah.
pre-order, so he's not on the base roster. So that's the only reason that won't happen. But that could have been an interesting finale.
I mean, it would have been a really good
Wait, I have a
incentive
question.
to buy him if he's like if he's
But
the final guy.
it-
But you know, be super sick. Real quick, I gotta get this off my chest because this would be unironically
Alright,
the
go.
hypest fucking possible thing. Because not only would it be cool to normies, but it'd be super cool to veteran fans of the series too. Remember how in Shaolin Monks, when Liu Kang is beating the bricks off Shang Tsung, he keeps morphing into somebody else when he punches him. Imagine that in reverse.
Yeah.
Like Liu Kang tries to burn Shang Tsung, so he morphs into Scorpion and becomes fire immune. So then Liu Kang tries something else, and Shang Tsung morphs into someone who's invincible to that. And he keeps countering Liu Kang's nonsense by turning into a different hero. So in a way, the heroes combined with Shang Tsung are the ones who take down the oppressive fire god Liu Kang. That'd be so sick
Not
in a
gonna
final
lie, this sounds
cutscene.
kinda
Be
epic.
fucking epic as
Which is
shit.
kind-
It sounds kinda epic.
Which is kind of similar to Deception's ending, where Shujinko gets the power.
Yes,
yeah.
and
Be a
just
callback.
beats the
Indeed.
shit out of Omega.
Yeah. Fucking sick as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not above callbacks. Like, remember, they had that whole callback to Deception's intro in Aftermath.
Yeah.
Where like where they're all blasting Garrison.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they also call back to Mortal Kombat vs. DC. Shang Tsung is not the enemy this time. That whole scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Think of that YouTube poop.
that was contrived.
I think honestly, this theory would have been great if Shujinko was playable. Like this would have, like another one would have been on board. All right, let's do this because Shujinko is playable. Shang Tsung, no, they won't go there, sadly. Which I do kind of like this idea, but wait, I have a question about this. So, is Shang Tsung like just straight up not gonna be on the base roster because he's a pre-order? Did they do this?
Shao Kahn.
They do this to Shao Kahn too, right? So Shao Kahn was not on the base
you
roster.
can fight him. You can still fight him, but you couldn't play as him.
Okay, so you had to buy him too.
It is possible they'll do something different, but I feel like it gives it's less incentive to get the game brand new or to buy the Shang Tsung DLC pack if you just play as him in the story. Like if you get a preview. I mean, they should still do what Street Fighter 5 does, where Street Fighter 6 rather, where you can just like use those tickets to just try out the DLC characters for like an hour.
Oh, you can do that. That's cool. Oh, that makes me want to buy Street Fighter 6 now. There's so many things that make me want to buy
Street Fighter 6 is a good game. The one thing I didn't like about MK11 that I hope they never do again is when you could play as the DLC early because their tower would show up before, like a day before the character. So like everybody would clickbait and be like playing Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 11, and it's just them playing the tower. And I'm like, oh yeah,
Goodness
great,
gracious.
thanks.
Mortal Kombat is so like they really love like releasing things early when they don't even want to.
Yep, I think it'd be cool to be able to play as Shang Tsung for a chapter, even if he's a pre-order bonus, because it would probably incentivize people to
Yeah.
And the thing is, with Goro, I'm pretty sure he was still free, despite being the pre-order bonus. You could still purchase him later for $0. Like, he was 100%.
Wait, Goro is. Oh, you mean
X,
MKX?
yeah.
I thought you were saying like Cameo Goro is not free. What?
No, Little Drummer Boy comes for free.
That'd be good.
He's in Mortal Kombat 1. The Little Drummer Boy is definitely there.
Yeah, Drummer Boy. If that's a taunt for him, you can unlock. Wait, I don't know if there's cameo taunts.
There's not.
That'd be funny though.
That would have been an
He
amazing
shows
victory
up-
animation, though. Like, when you do your victory thing, Goro's just like... just drumming in the back, like... Be pretty sick.
Actually, I do
It'd
kind
be
of
really
wonder
cool. It'd be really cool if one of his victory animations was that, but like the drums are like the severed heads of the person he's just beaten,
Jesus.
and like 3 other characters.
I mean, that'd be really sick. I mean, I'm surprised more characters don't do that. Only Predator is like the character I can think of who kills people in his outro. Like, he rips their spine out, and like their skull's actually different too, which is super creative. I guess Stryker killed you off
think
screen in
Alien does
MK9.
too.
He threw a grenade at you.
Oh yeah, with a grenade.
Yeah. He does
Alien
that.
did it as well, where they'd put you in the hive and let the face so good to get you.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, what was he called? Ares, like from Joker does that, right? He actually ties you up with the bombs in MK11.
Oh
tosses the
yeah.
bomb. Like that, yeah.
Not just one bomb.
Technically
He,
speaking,
he summons an army of bombs that are just suddenly around you, which is great too.
Yeah. Technically speaking, Ares from Injustice Gods Among Us will kill you too.
Yeah.
He just like wins and he's just like ha ha stabs you a bunch of swords.
Everyone keeps comparing Ares to General Shao now because they both have like axes and can like command the axe in different ways. But unfortunately,
Stuff like
Ares
that.
never had that level of manipulation. At most, he could like just below you or above you. He could not like put it on screen and then like move it in different directions later. That's very unique to Shao. And I hope he can do more.
Shao.
I hope he can do more than just slam it, because the slam isn't that creative. I hope he has more than just the slam with it. But yeah.
Yeah, the thing about Ares is he's all about like summoning a bunch of weapons. Like he has different stuff. Shao is all about that axe though. All about that axe game. But yeah, is there actually we went on a tangent, but is there anything else we want to chat about for Nitara?
Nitara.
I don't know.
I look forward to a bunch of
Randomly
alternates,
said
and I hope
something.
at least one of... They'd be dumb not to do this, but, you know, anything can happen. I do hope that every 3D character who's got a big redesign has a classic look as one of their costume options. I really look forward to that. Or, what would also
There
be
are 3D
cool...
designs, yeah.
It would also be cool if they all shared a costume to their faction. So if Nitara is fighting with the Chaos people in this game, it would be cool if she has like a leather strap looking kind of chaos outfit, just like even Quan Chi's outfit in that screenshot you sent kind of looks like a chaos kind of outfit with all the leather straps and stuff. So it'd be cool if Nitara has a chaos outfit, and then anyone else in chaos has a chaos outfit. But yeah.
So you're saying like Reptile and Ashra also having the Shaolin monk like orange costume and stuff.
That'd be cool too.
Something like that.
Well, Reptile would be easy to do just as a recolor because his outfit's more like a sash, which is very commonly seen with like monks and stuff. So he could very easily get that at least as a recolor.
I just remember. You know what? That's okay. Because I kind of want this episode to be a bit shorter, because that way I can edit this faster. How about we end it on this revolutionary thing I found out recently about Reptile? Do you guys know the full backstory of Reptile?
Creation-wise, or in universe?
No, I meant like in the bio, like they gave about Reptile.
He's a slave.
Where he's being bullied.
Okay. So something happened that because I was on Shred's podcast like about a week ago,
You fucking
and when he
traitor.
brought this up to me, I was we were all on the podcast now. Come on,
Racist
but
claims.
but so what happened here is like there is a part. I'm assuming this happens with a lot of other characters too. In the bios of the characters, it's not finished for some of them. It's like they hide some of them. Like when Rain came out, they hid the fact that Sindel and General Shao looked forward to working with him, because they don't want to reveal Sindel and General Shao being in the game yet. So the same thing happened with Reptile, and it is the most out of nowhere weirdest like addition to Reptile's like bio. Like that I didn't even think about that this would be happening to Reptile, because I felt like, okay, he gets outcasted from his hometown, and now he's like working on his own. Now he's working with the heroes and stuff like that. That's cool. But no, there's this additional thing that they add, and it just kind of changes everything. So this is the current bio that you can still find on the official Mortal Kombat Discord.
Oh.
I'm gonna send it here and
Discord.
give it a look. On the very start of it, it's all same, bullied mercilessly. I got that right this time.
Oh.
But underneath that, it starts getting new. Finding few other opportunities, Reptile joined a traveling sideshow. Its owner knew she could make big profits from showing off his shape-shifting skills. Others also took notice as well. A mysterious figure, approached Reptile, wanting to learn the source of his powers. Not trusting them, he refused. The shady figure kidnapped Reptile's family, threatening to kill them if Reptile didn't cooperate. Where does this come from?
Well,
Mind you, this also came out on August 15th, and I never knew about this. What the heck, Reptile stands? You're supposed to tell me about this.
I think there were 3 possibilities here. One,
right.
Chronica.
Yeah.
2, Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
3, General Shao's father.
Oh.
Perhaps, but yeah, he has a
But
circus lore.
It's most likely Shang Tsung wanting to get that shape-shifting ability, though.
That'd be interesting. I did joke in my video that Shang Tsung's gonna have to find different ways to use the iconic powers because he hasn't had years to master sorcery. So he's gonna be finding like different ways. A clever theory somebody had. My theory was that Chronica would give him weapons that are already enchanted. So for example, to steal your soul, maybe
Which
like
is the needles,
yeah,
right?
or actually,
Yeah.
oh my.
Oh, revolution.
Yeah, but
revolution.
before I get to that, another theory somebody had was that he's just going to be an alchemist this time, which is still like a type of sorcery, but like
He does have a lab.
yeah, which is
Of all the
interesting.
what?
stages. A laboratory.
Yeah.
But you mentioned
The flesh bits
a lot of
too.
people mentioned that like his I thought it was a claw gauntlet because I think in the
Needles.
first trailer it was, but now it's actually needles. What if to change into you, he sticks you and steals your DNA, and that contraption funnels into like his blood and uses whatever Reptile does to shift into the DNA of whatever he has in that tube. But
I love the
but he
I
takes
love
a
the
soul
theory
in that
that you made in
trailer
your video,
though.
dog.
He takes a soul in the trailer. Could have been a red herring. Could just
He
be
does.
lying.
He does. I do like the theory where it's like he's not that strong and he needs devices to like help him with his magical abilities and stuff like that. Because he, in the story, we see him completely powerless. Like he's just an oil salesman. Yeah, but back to this thing here. Yeah, Circus Reptile, which ironically it kind of makes more sense about the fact that his bio calls him a Zaterran slave. It says, well, what if he is forced to work for a mysterious figure?
Yeah.
And stuff. And it actually took me a while to think about this because it says that the shady figure kidnapped Reptile's family. What? Didn't he run away from his hometown? Why does he care about his family all of a sudden?
It's his human family.
What? Don't take my Imoto-chan lizard sister. But yeah, that's what I thought too. It's like this is probably his circus family. Like that's his real family that he cares about now and stuff like that. Like I don't really know how to feel about this. This really came out of nowhere.
It's Chameleon. He stole Chameleon. No, he can't because she's shown in
No.
the Umgadi. At least, yeah, that's Chameleon. We're
Yeah.
pretty sure. Well, I was thinking even lamer.
It's
What if like Reptile just never? What if Reptile in his human form can still do all of the human things that humans do? So what if he has like a human wife and human kids and all that, and he just has a regular human family, and he has to reveal to them like his werewolf side, but it's his scaly, you know?
He's not married. He's not married yet. You're ruining the Stan fan fictions.
No. It's like in Terminator Genesis. Like, oh, you're in a relationship with this woman. She doesn't realize you weigh like 800 pounds. Our relationship is purely emotional.
Yep, I was gonna steal that line too.
There's no physical component to it. We're just emotional. I'm Reptile. She doesn't know I transform back when I can.
I was gonna say like
The thing
no,
is, I
wait. So Sonic.
there you go.
So we've seen already in story mode that Fire God Liu Kang is helping Li Mei, like stop the betrayal of Sindel, stop the coup, right? Imagine like they stop it, but in the background, Li Mei like gets kidnapped by somebody, and then Reptile just drops the beans and goes, "No, my wife, Li Mei, someone took her."
We're doing it, boys. The Li Mei X Reptile fan fiction.
Everyone just
We're
slowly
shipped.
claps.
It's flying. It actually is flying. Honestly, it's actually insane how many people. Well, what's even more funny, after I released that highlight, people were like, "Yeah, I agree. Li Mei with X Reptile, pretty weird, but I kind of love it." And then like somehow there are people who agree with Kitaro X Reptile. But the thing is, I got so many more additional like weird ships that actually exist. Like I chatted with my server one time, and I'm like, huh? What? Kind of think there's too many. I'll say it another time. We'll save it for another podcast episode. But the thing is, I don't think he's gonna hide his like what you're saying, because why would he hide that if he's in like the whole gimmick would be he could be a weirdo with the traveling sideshow, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of why he's in the circus. Like I think he's gonna show his lizard form there. I really don't know how I feel about this, but if we can get a clown reptile costume, then it's all okay. That's all I'm gonna say. If you can get a clown costume, little red nose on the reptile.
What if Reptile will be the one who will morph into a clown and shoot someone this time, like Shang Tsung did then came out. With the same decade and a half old voice clip from Richard
same.
Epcar.
I like that. I like that Sonic thinks that every circus like needs to have a clown.
It's the stereotype. that actually makes me think that it's like
he's a lion tamer using his tongue as the whip.
Oh,
that's a good one. The
Kinky.
thing that made me interested is like I wonder if his default costume is reflecting anything with this like circus. Maybe that's why there's like snake symbols on it, or maybe he's like an acrobatic or something. That's why his design is like that. It's because of the circus. I thought I'd share the circus reptile thing because no one's talking about it, and I found out recently, and it blew my mind.
yeah. I mean that's crazy to leave that out, but I guess it spoils too much, and they wanted to keep it a secret.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
It's still on the official Discord, so it's not like it's a leak or anything.
I checked the website actually, and yeah, they've still not put the General Shao and Sindel stuff back in with Rain, even though they're on the website.
I think that's still in the Discord server too, the General Shao one, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
get worried that Mortal Kombat 1
I
is
don't know,
way
I'm
more
not on the
rushed
server.
than we think, which is why a lot of these things are so haphazardly like coming together and like out of order.
It does feel that way a little bit.
That's also why I'm worried we haven't
Yeah.
got many combat casts. I'm really worried this game could release in a very unfinished state, or I could be wrong. But we just haven't seen enough.
Well-
like it makes me nervous.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like I think the game has already been done, and it's like that's why they're letting people play invasions and whatnot early on
Yeah.
and stuff. I don't know. The thing is, this game got announced and they started showing footage like a month earlier than what MK11 did. MK11, they announced it in December, and then all the way to April, they had all that time to show stuff. This game, they announced it in May, so that's like 1 month less than what they did with MK11. So perhaps that's why it's got a weird, rushy marketing. Although, I think the marketing this time, they definitely like synced it up with a lot of activities. It's like Evo,
Yes, that was cool.
Gamescom, and like almost every trailer except this current one and the Lin Kuei trailer was an event, right? Yeah, even the first trailer was at like another game show. The one that showed the gameplay first, not the very first one. That was just like, we're gonna have a trailer today. That from what I recall.
Yeah, we finally live in an era where NetherRealm is accepting that they're part of the FGC and not just trying to make Mortal Kombat its own separate thing, which is pretty much what they did with 11. They just, it's like, no, if we have a reveal, it's going to be when we want to do it, and it's going to be our own event. And now they're finally doing it at like Combo Breaker and Evo and Gamescom and their Summer Game Fest.
They kind of noticed, oh, this gets views. People are here for us. They kind of noticed that. Even when I was watching the Gamescom, everyone in the comments was just like, MK1, 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 MK1. it's like people are hyped for this. Yeah, people are really hyped for this game. So,
yeah, exciting.
All right, how do you guys want to end this part of the podcast? How do we send off?
I'm going to sing Reptile's anthem of his people. Thanks
for the support, guys. 1 year Combat Kings. I was about to say cast. 1 year of Combat Kings.
Kangs.
Kangs.
Fans?
Combat
We got
Kangs.
fans.
They said Kangs. Combat
Yeah.
Kangs.
I think I was midway. Combat Kings. So Combat Kings.
Yeah.
We appreciate the support. We're very happy that we're getting a lot of views recently. What'd you say?
You were midway, were you, Sonic? Well, I was NetherRealm Studios.
Yeah. While you were still playing Mortal Kombat games, I was midway.
Pardon.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
But yeah. Why?
No.
But
This is all staying in.
hopefully this will be we'll have another great year. We've been posting a lot more because of the Mortal Kombat ones like re-release.
It's burning me
I'm
out.
not too sure if we're gonna make. Yeah, I'm the one editing it nowadays. But I wonder. I'm not too sure if we're going to like be this consistent with uploading so much when the game is out. Because when the game is out, the news are gonna go drastically down, and we can talk about things like Castlevania, the Tekken anime that we wanted to talk about last year, or something like that. We have a.
The only way
I'm keeping tag of like what we haven't said yet before with our topics.
The only way we could keep talking about MK1 during the Combat Kings cast would be if a character is either broken at release or garbage at release, and it causes such a stir on like social media, like this character is unplayable, or this character is like the only good character, like everyone's picking this character. Yeah.
I feel
No,
like
I'm sure.
I feel like it'll be 1 or 2 episodes after the game comes out. We'll talk about the game.
Oh,
Dog
yeah.
will have more and more to say about the gameplay. We'll generally talk about the story and whatnot.
Yeah.
We'll figure out how spoilerific we'll get the first time we talk about it.
There's
Then
going to be
after that,
so
it's mo-
much.
But then after that, it's mostly just going to be when the DLC characters are being shown off and whatnot.
Yeah.
I feel like after the game comes out, the next big thing to talk about will probably end up being Cage Match.
Yeah, Cage Match. Excited to watch that with you guys. But yeah, I'm sure we're gonna say a lot from Mortal Kombat 1 when it's out. I think the content is gonna be big enough.
I'm stopping my
but
recording.
It won't be. Oh, well, we gotta have a. I don't know why that's the thing. And you get knocked back.
Sonic, stop! Oh! Keep playing the punch.
Bye!